Sorry. Sorry I'm late, guys. I hope you guys can forgive me. How's it going? How's it going? It is good to see you. Because, look, you know this. I love doing this. And it's good to see you guys. Village Bobcat, Caleb, Ricky, not Gary. Welcome, guys. Good to see you. The start of Rob's 24-hour stream. I don't think so. No. And my hair's probably all jacked up because I rushed home. Hey, baby. What's going on, man? Good to see you guys. And yeah. I mean, look, we're getting wild. Cherry vanilla, Coke, 0 sugar. Gotta have some caffeine, right? But it's good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. And yeah, let's hang out. What do you guys want to talk about? I don't have a whole lot. Honestly, I was thinking about canceling this stream, not because I'm late, but because, man, there's just not a whole lot going on in the movie world to talk about. So, yeah, it's been a weirdly quiet. Now, I do know that while I was gone, that the Super Mario stuff came out, right? Is that bad? Was it bad? Was it as bad as everybody says? Pucho, welcome. Rich88. I actually really enjoy Sinister. Just don't watch the sequel. Look, Rich, I'm going to tell you this. Sinister is not a terrible movie. By no means. Now, the movie that I had to watch for my little get-together with the boys today, that was a bad movie. Sinister is not bad. I think what frustrated me even more is because I really wanted to like it. There was so much going for it, and then it just, I don't know. Wraith, welcome. And no, I didn't stand anybody up. We had things to do. Look, a lot of you guys are fans of the Game Chasers. That's how you got here. You know, some people are fans from, like Bucho and even like Octavius. You know, those are guys from way back. But a lot of you people are from the Game Chasers. And I'm just going to tell you, we did some Game Chasery things today. That's right. We shot some things. We did some things. So I hope you guys enjoy. It should be coming very, very soon, though. Very soon. Oh, man. No 24-hour stream. No. You didn't see what? Sinister? Yeah, the new Hellraiser. Some other horror stuff coming out. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of movies that I could watch to review. And I've got an idea of a couple that I definitely want to do. But yeah. Oops. Almost broke something. Mario movie. Was there like... It was just a poster? As well as a drop date. Oh, okay. So the trailer didn't come out. It was just the poster, which, I mean, okay. Here's the... Let me fix that because it's not working. Give me a second here. Yes. And there we go. Okay. So then I hit this button and there we go. Now it's working. So this is the poster, right? For the new Mario. And he's got no butt. That's what everybody was saying. He got no butt. This Mario ain't got no butt. Okay. But yeah, okay. I mean, all right. It even says, why is his butt like that? The trailer will drop on October 6th, which is in 2 days, at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time or 21:05 UK time. Where that butt? Where that butt at? There ain't no butt. That's actually just kind of fun to say. Just saying. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Oh, there you go, Ray. Thank you. I haven't seen any more news about Pray for the Devil. Like all the ads happened early on and now close to release, they're quiet. Okay. Pray for the Devil. Not sure what that is. That peachy butt. That peachy butt. Now, I do have some things to show you. These are not things that I picked up today. These are things that have come in. And I'm excited. First up is something that absolutely I can't think of one person in here that could actually guess what this is. In fact, I'm pretty sure my wife wouldn't have even known that I was going to buy something like this. What does that tell you? Nothing. I know. It's nothing. The Book of Barbie. No. This is good. I like this. It's tasty. Pee Wee Herman's Memoirs. It's a vanilla Coke Zero. It's a cherry vanilla Coke Zero. I wish it was just vanilla, but it's cherry vanilla. You love cheesy horror movies about evil nuns. I mean, who doesn't? But anyway, this is what I got. Yeah. No, not a orange vanilla Coke. I've never tried orange vanilla Coke. I haven't drank a sugared product, soda pop, whatever you want to call it, in a very, very long time. And it's because it messes with my stomach. But cherry vanilla zero or the zero ones are fine. That Crazy Greek, welcome. How are you doing, man? Are you doing okay? This is what I picked up. Now, again, this is one of those weird turtleback. It's actually a turtleback. And this is what this is, if you don't know. La Morte d'Arthur. This is the Legends of King Arthur and the Round Table. And along with this that I got a couple of weeks ago, these are what I read in high school. And you might be saying, why did you get books that you got in high school? Because I love King Arthur. I love the Middle Ages. I love those stories. So, like I said, I told you, nobody cares. Nobody cares about that. There are so many translations of this, though. This is the exact copy or the exact version of Le Morte d'Arthur because it's been translated many different times by many different people. This is the translation that I read in high school. And there's actually, I believe it's the Tale of Sir Gareth. The Tale of the Sangreal. No, where is Sir Gareth? There it is. The Tale of Sir Gareth. That is the one where I made my acting debut. The Tale of Sir Gareth. That story, I directed, wrote, and acted in a video where we had to tell the story of Sir Gareth. And I played multiple parts. I was the hero. I was one of the villains. I fought myself with a sword fight. It was terrible. It was high school. I mean, we didn't know any better. It was terrible though. But I loved reading those stories. I loved it. So, in fact, if you were to ask me, Rob, if you could work on any movie or any story, what would it be? Like big budget, all out, no holds barred. What would you want to work on? It would be a King Arthur story, a story of King Arthur. Dude, I love it. I love that stuff. And it translates to Lord of the Rings. It translates to Wheel of Time. Even Gentlemen Bastards, which is not quite medieval, but it's got, great stories. I love that stuff. But I'm glad to see that crazy Greek in here. I hope you're doing well. Everybody, if you haven't already, I mean, most of you are in my Discord because you guys are as crazy as I am. But if you haven't already, let's all wish that crazy Greek a speedy recovery. Hopefully you're back to it and everything's good. So, yeah. Love King Arthur. Really interesting story. Yeah. I did like Army of Darkness. Not sure what's going on there. I mean, I like Army of Darkness too. The King Arthur movie has my favorite soundtrack ever. What's your favorite soundtrack? You're talking about score, right? Usually it's Wraith that's bringing up the deep cuts on the questions. Like, what's your favorite this? And what's your top 5 best experiences in your life? Wraith is good at that. But let's see. Favorite score. Probably, I'll tell you, the one that I probably listen to the most is like front to back is probably the Batman 1989 score. Danny Elfman. I listened to that score so much. And I don't know, there's nothing really, I mean, yeah, it's good. It's fine. But it's not like the best written score ever. Some of my favorites going back, you're talking, of course, the Star Wars movies, the Indiana Jones movies. Ted, what is up? It's good to see you in here. Joe Owens, thoughts on Munster's movie? You're going to have to wait on that one. If you're a fan, hopefully you're a fan of the Game Chasers. If you want to hear thoughts on the Munsters movie, you'll have to wait until that video is released. That's why I'm late today. But we did other things too. After the stream, you'll be on Rob's Discord audio chat. That crazy Greek sounds great. That sounds great. Let's see. The King Arthur with Charlie Hunnam. I never saw that one. And that's the one, in fact, that's the one that Leon worked on. I still haven't seen that one. Superman theme. That's a great one. But I guarantee you that Batman score, I mean, I had the tape and it was just constant. I listened to it all the time. I also listened to the Bram Stoker's Dracula. I had that score because I love that score. And I listened to that over and over and over and over and over again. It was just, love the Game Chasers. That's how I found out about you. Well, Joe, look forward to that video on their channel. It's going to be, it's going to be an interesting one. I'll just say that. So hopefully you like it. And Cryptic, you just put Bat Dance on repeat. Cryptic, I'll say this, and welcome, by the way. I saw you in Game Dave's chat and you gave him a Prime sub. You know what? I love to see that. I love to see it. I'm so glad that you took, you were, hey, and I really appreciate you throwing that sub to me, your Prime sub on my channel while I was doing the Twitch. I love that. But then I saw you doing it over at Dave's, and you know what? I love it. I love to see that. Dave he's a great guy. Can't wait to see him in a few weeks. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But no, Bat Dance, that's from the soundtrack. I had that too. I listened to that plenty of times too. If you want to talk about soundtrack now, it's got to be Top Gun. It's got to be Top Gun. That's probably the one that over the years I've listened to the most. But that one wasn't that one wasn't a front to back, kind of. I'll tell you one that I really listened to a lot was Pulp Fiction. Even with the little audio clips in the movie, from the movie, on the score, I mean, come on, that's a great soundtrack. But yeah. And yes, Caleb, I did watch it. Yes. I know Billy went all out on that movie. This is going to be an interesting video. It's going to be fun. King Arthur Legend of the Sword is amazing, has amazing music. See, you know what? Score, in fact, that one might be more than, this one might be more than Bram Stoker's Dracula. Probably not as much as Batman, 1989. Michael Keaton, right? Tim Burton. Danny Elfman score. Was from, I think, 1993? Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Listen to that a lot. In fact, when we did our video for the Tale of Sir Gareth, that we, me as kind of the leader of the group, we had to come up with music to use for the story, for the score. We needed a score. We stole from the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves. I can't remember who wrote that, but I really like that. Talk about it's not a great movie. Robin Hood Prince of Thieves is not a great movie, but it is a great score. I really enjoyed that score. I'm going to take a shot every time Billy does a Herman impression in a review. I'm going to get bombed. You might. You definitely might. I'll be back in a bit. Damn work. Well, Ted. Okay. I mean, you do what you need to do, man. We're here. What's a game chaser? I think they're related to the toy chasers. Yes. 2 more weeks. I'm telling you, Retropalooza is... I'm so excited. There's so many different people. I'm going to try to... I think Jay said that he was going to try to get me a room. I mean, I only live like 45 minutes away from where the convention will take place, but I want to be there for all of the things. I want to be there for all of that stuff. So, yeah. In fact, you know what? Give me just a second. I'll be right back. I just forgot something. Hold on. That was way... No fapping. No. It is not an earth. No. I was getting... Wow, that crazy. Is this Order 42 After Dark? Is that what's going on here? None of that going on. I wanted to get my sandals on, Get my sandals and stuff. You have to, when you're doing a live stream, when you're doing a recording, a video, whatever it is, you're going to have to take care of those burps. Because Bucho doesn't like burps. Bucho hates burps. So I try not to burp into the microphone. Because you know what? It never used to bother me. Like, at all. Until I started watching other reviewers and other streamers and watching them burp. It's like, wow. That's off-putting. That's off-putting. So I stopped doing it. Bucho hates burps into the microphone. Yeah. Oh no, I know, Rafe. And it's not that I don't like burps. Burps are fine. It's when they're like Bucho says, into the microphone, where you actually hear all of the texture of the burp. That's gross. That's gross. And yes, the Prince of Thieves score is amazing. I don't have a thing, like, I really don't have a thing for burps. I really don't. Burps, farts, whatever. I mean, look, I've done it and seen it all. It's not that big of a deal. But I'm not a big fan of it into the microphone. Understandably. It makes sense. Hot take, I kind of liked Waterworld. This is a very odd conversation. Well, Caleb, it wouldn't be an Order 42 stream without some odd stuff going on. Hot take, I kind of liked Waterworld, though. That's an interesting take. I wouldn't say that it's an incorrect take. I would say that it's definitely not a popular take. But you know what? I don't think it's that hot of a take. Because I kind of like Waterworld, too. I never really saw the problem with Waterworld. I liked it. I always liked it. I wouldn't say, like Ricky, I wouldn't say that I love Waterworld. I would say that I enjoy Waterworld. It's not bad. It's not bad. I do have a special message. Let me see if this is set up correctly so you can actually hear said message. This is from our good buddy, Jerry. You ready for this?
Well, here's a random clip for your next show. Well, you start walking your way, and I start walking mine. We both start walking about the same time, then we stare at some gravy and say, man, that looks good. Well, maybe. And we meet somewhere. I like spicy blue jeans. Man, you guys are stupid.
Can you hear that? Were you able to hear that? That sure sounds like, okay. So that was definitely Carbonite. You didn't know I was on? Well, what the hell? I got on late, like really late. Like 9:15 is when we started. I basically just said now. Let's just do it. Let's just hang out for a bit, you know? Even if it's for only for like an hour and a half or something like that. Let's just hang out. Let's have a good time. But it's good to see you, Carbonite. And if you didn't hear, was it funny? I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear it. I mean, I heard it before, but I already forgot what it said. But look, Jerry is he is like an unofficial member of the Order 42 crew. You know, that guy. I mean, especially like, I mean, there's only a few people, like I said, from the old days. But man, I'm serious. Jerry is like another brother, you know? He's a good dude. What are some of the childhood toys you had? Color forms, G.I. Joe, etc. Order 42, order. Okay, toys that I had. I definitely had G.I. Joe. I definitely had Transformers. Definitely had Star Wars. Plenty of Star Wars stuff. Mostly, though, it was Transformers. I loved Transformers. Like, I mean, I had a lot, man, back in those days. In fact, I still have a lot. Megatron. I don't know where my Megatron is. Because you know how Megatron has all the pieces? I only have like a couple of pieces left. I have the main gun part, the pistol. Of course, Optimus, Soundwave, Shockwave. I had like 3 out of the 5 aerial bots, of course, because I'm a fan of planes. I wanted that. I had a couple of the jets. I had a, what do you call it? Like a clone Starscream. I always wanted a good Starscream. Never had it. I had like Ramjet or something like that. I can't remember. It's the one with in the cartoon he had the cone head. Uh, that was Michael Bay's favorite too. Which one? My favorite Transformers was the Megan Fox one. Oh, I did have turtles. I did have. I only had the 4 turtles though. I didn't have like, um. And you see that the thing is that there's a whole section of streams from Twitch that are just gone now. Most of them are just gone. I have like 99% of them, 98% of them. But like I showed off all of my toys. I showed off all of my comics. I showed off all the stuff that I was into when I was a kid. I read a lot though. I was that dorky kid, that nerdy kid. I played with I liked science stuff. Played with rockets and space shuttles, and I was really into, and jets. I had a lot of jets, like the diecast jets. I would do different aerial things, and I love that stuff. Had a lot of cars. I liked what I liked doing toward the end of my childhood, where you start to go, it's not cool to play with toys anymore. You know what I mean? Everybody goes through it, and then somewhere along the way you go, who gives a crap, right? You just do what you want to do. But around that time, I was getting into like making like little scenes, movies, things. And one of the things that I did, I just thought this is one of those things that probably these days would probably get kids thrown into an institution or something. What I would do is I'd have like a bowl of water in the sink. And what I would do is I would put red food coloring on on like a GI Joe, right? And I'd have a gunfight, and the guy would fall into the water, and the red food coloring would look like blood. That's the kind of stuff I used to do. I used to make really and I used to go through some of the same, like, what do you call it? Like different scenarios or different stories. And I would do those stories over and over and over. I did a lot of Lego too when I was a kid. But yeah, I wasn't into Thundercats. I wasn't into He-Man. For whatever reason, I just didn't care for them. I did like Star Blazers. I like Battle of the Planets. That's like early childhood for me. Indiana Jones figures. I never had one of those. Some of those are cool, but I never had any of those. I was never into wrestling, except for the Von Erichs in their day. My friends got me into it, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then when I found out that it wasn't real, I don't know, a lot of people will say, it doesn't, what's real is it's in here, or what, I don't know, whatever poetic stuff you guys want to say. It's not real. It's not an actual competition. I lost interest because it was like, okay, well, I just want to watch a movie then, or whatever. So, yeah, I was never into it. My parents got me a retro Marvel Dark Crystal comic when they went to Tennessee. Dark Crystal's awesome. Labyrinth is awesome. Always loved the Muppets too. Muppets were always something big. I like Charlie Brown and the Peanuts and Garfield and Calvin and Hobbes and all that stuff. But that's not really the same, is it? There's not really toys. I mean, there are toys for some of those. But yeah, that's what I did. And Rusty Ricardo, welcome. Good to see you. I had whole ass buildings I made from cardboard for my G.I. Joes. Yeah. I liked having scenarios play out, and I was very cinematic in my thinking and the way things should look. So it was always like, it got to the point where I got really irritated with action figures because they weren't either anthropomorphically whatever. I don't know. I would like to be able to pose them in really cool, things in poses, right? And when they didn't have that, it really irritated me. And so as I got older, I got the ones that looked cool, that were either a statue that looked cool or was a superposable action figure. It's why I like the Hot Toys a lot. I don't have the money to get into Hot Toys, but Hot Toys are awesome. You could pose them any which way and they just look good, man. They look really, really awesome. And that's one of the things that I didn't like about the G.I. Joe. Transformers was the same way. I love the way that they either looked really awesome as a robot or really, really awesome as whatever they turned into. Usually you didn't have both. You know? Like the ones where you just flip up a head and it's just a square and it's like, that's not cool. But then the Masterpiece Transformers came out and holy crap. Yeah, you're going to pay for it, but they look awesome. And you can pose them any way you want. They were just so cool, man. I have Skywarp because by the time I found out about it, Starscream had sold out. Thundercracker had sold out. All that was left was Skywarp. And I got Skywarp for like $80. And he was awesome. But it's very like, wow, this is an intense transformation. You know what I mean? But I used to do that a lot too. I used to just transform them and then transform them back. Transform them back. I love the physical act of it. And I hated the fact that some of them looked so stupid once you transformed them. Anyway, sorry. What do we got here? I got really into that. Sorry. I got some Indiana Jones figures and Pirates of the Caribbean from the 2000s. I don't think I ever saw Pirates figures. The Indiana Jones figures I remember seeing them back then, but none of my friends had them. We loved Indiana Jones. We just didn't have action figures. Still have my wrestling rings. They got me a Muppets Babies comic. Never seen the show, but Muppets are always man, the Muppets are so good. I was that way with Star Wars and G.I. Joe growing up. Yeah. I miss the core. I don't even remember the core. They look like prototype Master Chief suits looking back on them. That might be after my time. I want that new Voltron, but it's $700. What? What are you talking about? What is it? Is this Order 42 After Dark? Magnus. It very well might be. Let me see. Images. Oh, that's a Lego Voltron. We'll see, my fat head's in the way. Hold on. Bam. There's that from Sideshow, $300. What is this? Is that the one? 300. See, yeah, it's not bad. See that right there? I could just do that. That would be cool to just have that. I like Voltron too. It was never like my favorite, but it's still very, very cool. I'm curious, Wraith, which one you're talking about. Oh, there it is. You told me. Let me pull it up. Bam. Okay. Jeez. Wow, that is cool. I mean, seriously, if you're going to do it, it needs to be superposable. That is oh, dude. Okay, that's really cool. That is really cool. Wow. The thing is, though, what's weird is it's like I don't have there's nothing in me that says I want to have that original shuttle Tidarium. You know, the Imperial shuttle, from Return of the Jedi. I had that. I have no desire to have that again. But if they made one now, that was really super cool looking. Yeah, maybe. But it's like a lot of the stuff that I like it to be so cool. Okay, give you an example. Darth Vader. One of my favorite characters ever. Right? I mean, seriously. Probably he would have to fight the Joker for my favorite character ever. Okay? It's that close. Okay? The problem is Darth Vader figures kind of suck. They do. They kind of suck. Yeah. Yeah. That's freaking awesome. And that sits at the top of my bookcase. Is that a pose from the movie? No. No. Is it cool looking? Hell yeah, it is. That's freaking awesome. Take off his cape. But yeah, awesome. In fact, this doesn't even work that well anymore. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to look. It's just freaking awesome looking. Awesome. Oh crap. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Almost dropped everything into the world. So yeah. Oh. Man, my nose is running. In fact, yeah. That was a booger right there. Sorry. That was gross. Give me a second. That was dumb. Okay. Sorry about that. No fapping. Okay. No fapping. Okay, let me go back here. They have a Cobra Tank Megatron coming out for $90. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. That's when it starts getting weird because you're doing variations of stuff. It's just kind of like what was it, that woman Megatron? That was just strange. I have a bunch of Davy Jones and crew figures, even the Kraken with a slimed up Captain Jack. And then, what is this, ever build a Gundam? Rusty Ricardo, I don't think I don't think I've ever seen anything Gundam. I've never seen anything, like Robotech. I was never into it. I couldn't get into it. Okay, wait a minute. I'm sitting here naked watching. Well, Greek. I hope you're doing okay. Okay. I made myself a deal. I'm going to watch Labyrinth from start to finish and give it a second chance. Maybe the movie will click with me this time. I mean, the thing is, though, man, that one's tough because when somebody says, yeah, I couldn't get into it, I'd go, yeah, especially if you watch it now. But back then, at 10 years old, seeing this stuff, it was like, whoa, this is so beyond what we'd seen for a lot of stuff. I mean, it was just, it was, at the time, it was such a groundbreaking movie. Now, I just don't know how that would play. You know? And welcome back, Ted. I see you there. Gosh, I'm so far behind. LED lights and 14 inches of die-cast. Awesome. Yeah, man. That would be cool. And are they really remaking Labyrinth? See, that's the thing. I don't know. Sorry. Scott Derrickson, right? Sinister, Doctor Strange, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. He just did Black Phone. He's supposedly working on a sequel on something Labyrinth related. I don't know if it's a sequel or a reboot or a remake. I don't know. I think it probably is a sequel, but I don't know. I think it'd be awesome for Jennifer Connelly to come back and she's like the mother or something, and her daughter gets sucked into the labyrinth. I think that'd be awesome. Great. If it's done right, it could be great. I don't know if Jennifer Connelly needs to get back into the labyrinth, you know what I mean? But I love that. I love that movie. I like it when they remake toys, gives me a chance to get the one I never had. True. But that's the thing. Sometimes it's the memory of the thing that you couldn't have that's most important, which is why I really liked when, was it Takara was re-releasing the Generation 1, the original Transformers, you know, the same mold, and just putting them back out just like they were brand new. That I was really into. Didn't get any because they didn't release any of the ones I really wanted. I'll tell you what, one of the coolest looking Transformers to me anyway, and at least a little posable, was Jazz. Jazz had some cool articulation. I really liked Jazz. I had Jazz. In fact, I still have Jazz. But a lot of the other ones just didn't look right. I mean, Optimus, it's just, I don't know, man. I like the posable stuff. It's cool. Love Voltron and Silverhawks. Silverhawks I was aging out of a lot of that stuff at the time that Silverhawks came out. Some of my friends were into it, and I'm like, yeah, that's not as cool as G.I. Joe. I just never got into it. Mask. Remember Mask? I don't even remember what the story of Mask was, but I had a couple of those things. There was some cool stuff in there, and the figures were like really small, but I liked Mask. Melvor has that giant Unicron. It's about 3 foot tall. I would love to see it. I would. Yes. Sky high on new toys. I know it. I got the 2000s unicorn that's about that height from my grandma as a kid. Wow. That would be funny if you tore the head off by accident. See, that's the thing. The way that these are, the Koto, however you say it, Kotobukiya? I'm not sure exactly what the correct pronunciation is, but this is like a model. So the cape comes off, and the head comes off, and I think this comes out, and then this comes off this base. But it's meant to, because it's like a model. If I can just put this back on now. There we go. Because what happens is when the head kind of snaps in there, but the head is supposed to kind of, I've never gotten this to really work correctly, but the head is supposed to kind of snap onto the cape and keep it steady. But it stays steady anyway. Anyway, sorry. Okay. What do I say? I also want that Super 7 Thundercats tank. $500, but it's huge. Wow. I remember the booger Billy had when he saw the Defiant. I don't remember that. It's just Rusty from SOS. Really? I had no idea, Rusty, that's... Oh my God. It's hit. Okay. We were talking about Bucho and Octavius, and every now and then Scat, who goes by Bonobo Juice now. Rusty. It's good to see you, man. Just watch Black Phone. I kind of want to see it. I haven't seen it yet. Okay, wait a minute. Man, I'm so far behind. I'd like a sequel. I'm tired of remakes. Not sure what that's related to. Was there ever a time where you played video games all night and had to go work the next morning tired? Absolutely. And it probably was either Diablo, one of the Diablos, or StarCraft. Back in the, late 90s. I didn't really get Michael Perry Hello, I just want you to know I'm staring at you intensely while sat on the toilet having a huge poo. Well, I am so pleased to hear that. Hey, I mean, it could be worse. You could be doing something else. You could be doing the thing that everybody keeps saying that I'm doing when I leave to, wipe my nose or something. But yes, Magnus, yeah. But it's been a long time since a game has sucked me in like that. I think what it is I'm not built for games as much as I am for movies. Because games, they're not story based. Most of them are not super story based. Or you have to put in a lot of time to get the story. For whatever reason, Breath of the Wild sucked me in and would not let me go. And yeah, I think I'm having some upper respiratory issues here, just simply because I went outside for like the first time in felt like weeks. Long time. Buddha. More Jennifer Connelly is a good thing. Yeah. And Michael Bay did do Jazz dirty for sure. Sideswipe, Cliff Jumper. I mean, all classics. All classics. Kyoto Buka. That is not how you say that. Bucho. That sounds like, the Kyoto special. You know what I mean? Like, hey. They make great figures. I have multiple Steins, gate figures from Kotobukiya, or however it's spelled. Yeah. They have some great stuff. I actually have a Jango Fett with the little Boba Fett. I say little. And then I have a Clone Trooper from Revenge of the Sith up there. I just think I would rather have something that looks cool than something that's superposable. Because typically those aren't interchangeable. Usually it's a cool statue or it's a cool figure or whatever. I like something that's going to look cool. I'd rather have something look cool. Because that's just how my brain works, I guess. It's weird. Got an Astolfo one. Oh, okay. Love the boys. I've been lurking in the background, just busy with a new job recently. Rusty. Man, seriously, a lot of those old crew. I miss a lot of people. But it's good to see you, man. I wonder where Bing's at. I wonder where Frank is at. I wonder where El Nacho is at. I wonder if El Nacho's still just... It's probably ridiculous to think he's still the same. I mean, it's been, dude, holy crap. We started that podcast 17 years ago. My God, dude. That makes me feel old. So he's got to be what? In his late 30s now? So yeah, or maybe early 30s. Either way, it's still weird to think about. That's what I think of with El Nacho is, just him being crazy. So, it's good to see you, Rusty. It really is. Diablo 2 and StarCraft Ultimate Classics, absolutely. And will I play StarCraft 2 or Diablo 4? StarCraft 2 isn't StarCraft 2 has already been out, right? Yeah, I've played that one. But I'm sure you mean like StarCraft 3. Absolutely. Yeah. If they make a StarCraft 3, I'll absolutely play it. Diablo 4, I'm already like, I'm going to play it. I boot up Diablo every now and then and play that, but I get tired of it quickly because it's like I've done everything. I've done everything I want to do. The rat dude from Beast Wars. See, Beast Wars, know nothing about it. In fact, once they started like the second season of Transformers, so back in like after the movie came out, I'd already started losing interest. So I ended up returning Elden Ring. Wasn't my thing. I much preferred Dark Souls. I definitely understand why people like it. I still need to play it. Yeah, Armada. No. Never knew anything about Armada or mini-cons, nothing. When did you get your first Blu-ray player and what movie was it? Okay. I'm actually curious if I can find. Mm, uh, my first. There it is. I think this is it. Holy crap! Come on. This is absolutely my first DVD player. Yep. A dual disc DVD player. This is the first one. That's it. That's it. I got it. I mean, I'm guessing 97, 98. And my first Blu-rays were Stargate, Ghostbusters, the original first Ghost. I'm telling you, man. Wow. Ghostbusters, and there's one other one, and I can never remember what the other one is. But definitely, I know Ghostbusters was the one that I was most excited about. And I'm pretty sure I don't have them anymore. I should have kept those original DVDs, but I don't think I did. Favorite Happy Meal toy? It's definitely not those new ones. Those new ones look stupid. Gosh, I mean, I remember for me it was this Hot Wheels. When they did the Hot Wheels, I remember I got so, and there was one that I had was a funny car. I really liked the funny cars. I used to love Hot Wheels too. They say El Nacho's picture still decorates milk cartons to this day. Who knows where he went? But we all know he's probably making someone laugh their ass off. That dude was insane, and he was way too young for that show. I mean, he really was. I'm actually kind of I'm kind of insanely curious if his parents knew that he was listening to these older guys, being so freaking stupid. I don't know. I hope his parents didn't hate us. But are you afraid anything you said in the past will come back to haunt you? I mean, yes and no. And the reason that I say yes is because I never meant to say anything that was going to actually hurt people. I'm not talking about the way that a lot of people these days, they take things. It's like there's a few different ways to take it. It's, kind of like a play on words or something, and they'll take it the absolute worst way. Like I would hope that most people, once they, especially hanging out on a show like this, you get to know somebody a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying that you're gonna, what my favorite colors are, and some things I like, but enough about me that that it's never like if I make a joke or anything like that, it's never meant to harm anybody. And there are things that I've said in the past that I really regret. I really regret saying. There are jokes that I made to people, not necessarily on the show, but to people that I'm embarrassed about. I hate that I said those things. I mean, I think I'll say this. Do you have any regrets? You probably do. And so the one thing that I can say is that when someone say, for example, Kevin Hart got in trouble, and I don't even know what he did, okay? But I'll give you this example just because I liked how he put it. He said, yes, I made that joke. Yes, that joke is hateful. I'm embarrassed about that joke. But I'll say this, I am a different person now. There's no similarities between the me that is sitting right here and the me that said that thing however many years ago. I'll tell you this, I am a different person today than I was in 2014 when I went into the hospital. I mean, 3 years of, on and off hospitalizations, 7 surgeries, almost dying, it changes your perspective. I'm a totally different person than I was then. So yeah, if somebody came to me and said, this probably never happen. If it does, I mean, I'm curious. I'm curious if there are people that are actually insulted or whatever. I'd love to talk to those people. Because I'm all about conversation. And I think most people would realize that, no, you made that joke in a situation where you were just trying to have fun. It's just like, there are plenty of times when I'm sure you hear something that's somewhat offensive to you. And you go, that was at the time. It was whatever. I think a lot of the rage that comes out online these days is really because they know that that's going to get clicks, or it's going to get them some sort of, they need that, what is it that, what do they call that when you get something, you're getting feedback from others like, oh, you are absolutely right to be outraged about that. And that gives you like a boost. And that's just, I don't think there's anybody that could listen to what we used to talk about and go, oh yeah, he actually thinks that way. Or yes, oh, he actually thinks that, whatever. But yeah, I mean, that was a really long answer. I'm sorry. That's what happens when you get me talking. We've already been going an hour and I haven't really done anything. So I apologize. But no, I regret some things that were said. I hope that people aren't upset. I hope that people understand that it was really just to make people laugh. It wasn't meant to hurt people's feelings or, be hateful. That's never my intention. Especially now. Especially after everything I've been through, here's the weird, it's a weird thing because you realize something. There's a point when you're doing streaming, when you're doing whatever, there's a point where you realize that you really love it. You really love feedback from the people that care about what you're doing. You really love that feedback. But for the people that come in there and they go, yeah, I don't like that guy. Fine. That's fine. Go somewhere else. Find somebody you like. That's fine. I don't have any desire to please people that are never going to like me anyway, if that makes any sense. And I think that's where a lot of people, when they're starting a stream, when they're starting a YouTube channel, when they're whatever, you get into this thing where you have to understand that you're never going to please those people. So why try? Make something that is good and it comes from the heart. It's you and you're putting it out there. And if people like it, great. If people don't like it, that's fine too. Go watch the Kardashians or whatever you like. I don't know. I don't know. I think there's a lot of people out there that feel like they have to be everything to everybody. And that's just not true. I could have a very, it's not like I'm rich or anything off of YouTube or Twitch or anything like that, but I'm enjoying just hanging out with the people that are here. The people that come to see me, or the people that, watch a Game Chasers episode and say, hey man, I like that guy. Oh, that guy's got a YouTube channel. What's he doing? That's fine. That's great. I love that. I think that's cool. And I'm making content because it makes me happy. And hopefully, every now and then, I'll make a video that makes you happy. Or that you get something out of, or whatever. I feel like I'm just rambling. Do you ever do that? You ever answer a question and then 20 minutes later, you go, am I still talking about that? I apologize. Hopefully that answers your question. I'm insane. Okay. StarCraft 3 would be a must. Yes. Absolutely. Mammalian. Blu-ray player, I said, and the dual discs are for movie nights. That was way back. Whoa. Holy crap. Are you serious? I'm that far back? Oh my God. Okay, Blu-ray player? Yeah, my first Blu-ray player was my PS3. And I don't know what my first Blu-ray was because there's a ton of them. I have so many. I don't love Familian more than Star Wars. Am I going to watch the new Hellraiser or Halloween Ends? I'll say this. I'm not a huge horror fan. I've never been a fan of the Hellraiser series or the Halloween series. And I'm not a big fan of slashers. I'm not a big fan of whatever Hellraiser's doing over there. They're doing some weird shit, okay? Never been a huge fan. That being said, if I am tasked with watching one of those, I will, of course, watch it. And I will judge it on its own merit. I won't judge it against things that come before or whatever. Like Hellraiser, I'm probably a perfect person to watch Hellraiser because I have absolutely no attachment to that series. So I can judge it on its own merits. And if it changes something or it's like, oh man, this is so different from the original, I won't care because I don't even remember the first one. I saw it. I remember seeing it. I remember not liking it and going, yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was going to be. And it's not for me. But yeah. First DVD player was my PS2 when it came out. Yeah. The dual disc though was early in DVDs, whatever, lifespan. Yeah. Echo Bass. What's going on? I didn't even see you come in. I am so far behind and I apologize because I talk a lot. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. That's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, seriously, burps are crazy. I remember when Batman and Robin came out with Jim Carrey and we got the glass drinking mugs from McDonald's. Batman Forever with Jim Carrey. I'm just saying. I'm not here to correct you or go, hey, idiot, it's Batman Forever. But it is Batman Forever. Okay. So Magnus, Batman and Robin is with Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy and with Bane and Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. Batman Forever is with Jim Carrey as the Riddler, Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face. You got Val Kilmer as Batman. Chris O'Donnell, of course, is Robin. Anyway. I had the Hot Wheels that were from the Force 5 show when they did those Happy Meals. I don't even know what that is. I'm confused and a little scared. Oh, there you go. See? And there you go. It was Batman Forever, not Batman and Robin. Yes. You have to consider the context of the time. Yeah, but there's still things in there that if people heard them today, they'd go, whoa, dude. Whoa. I can't believe you'd make a joke like that. Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of stepmom porn. No. And I never called you a knob gobbler, Caleb, okay? Manufactured anger. Yes, that's exactly it. Validation. They need validation and that whole, oh my God, you know, we're so outraged about this. They're not really outraged. They just like the attention. So, yeah. We're just from a different era. Jokes from our favorite 80s movies wouldn't fly now. Yeah. But I don't regret laughing at it. You've always been a good dude, Rob. Well, Rusty, I appreciate that. I mean, coming from you, someone who really has known me a long time, and I think a lot of people, you know, the weird thing about those podcasts is that you guys back then, you didn't have a whole lot to listen to. So you listened to us a lot. We're like Bucho listened to Switched On for way too long. I mean, let's be honest. But I really appreciate that. And the thing is I just wanted to entertain people. That's all I care about, you know, and hang out with, you know, like-minded folks and not so like-minded folks. You know, I love it when we disagree. We can disagree and have a good time just discussing it. debating it, whatever, and it's fine. Like me and Jay, we definitely disagree on things, on some things. Me and Billy disagree on things. We all disagree about different things, but our conversations are so much fun because we know that we're cool. You know, it's all good. So yeah, I'm glad that you're here. Rob, are you going to review Bros? I'll tell you what. I mean, you know, it's kind of, you know, are you going to review it? Yes. I'll tell you this though. I like that guy. That guy is funny. Like really funny. I mean, he really makes me laugh. Like every time I watch one of those, name a woman, and the lady's like, what? He said, name a woman. She goes, a woman? Yes. I don't know what it is. It cracks me up. The guy's just funny. So no, it's not exactly on the top of my list, but who knows? It might be great. I watched Brokeback Mountain and loved it. So, I mean, who knows? It's usually a small amount of people that are offended and bitchy, but they're just the loudest. Yeah. And again, look, man, everybody's got their opinions and they go, you know, the thing is a lot of times there are so many people just wasting their breath. They're trying to get people to love them when really what people like is honesty. You know, I think especially, I don't know, and maybe it's just because I'm projecting onto people, but I think that's what it is, man. I like people that are just like, hey, this is who I am. And some people love that. Some people hate it. And some people get really irritated when somebody's so comfortable in their own skin that they don't care. But I mean, like I said, there's, hey, you don't like what I do? I mean, I get it. That's fine. I don't like what you do. I don't know. I'll say this. I'm such a weird guy because I think I'm one of the few people in the world that, I mean, seriously, if cannabis was legal in my state, it'd be hard not to be high a lot. But I won't touch an alcoholic drink. Like, can't stand. I don't like alcohol. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't like the way it makes me feel like I've lost consciousness. And like I don't like it. But so many people, that's they drink all the time. You know, so many of my friends, coworkers, I've missed out on opportunities at jobs that I've had because I don't drink and don't fraternize with these people and go and get all drunk and stupid with them. Trust me, the people that I used to work with, some of them would get really drunk and really stupid. It's not my thing. It's not what I don't care. I like fun conversation and sober conversation. Does that make me a dick? Probably. But that's just me. Anyway. People today wouldn't have been able to handle Halo 3 multiplayer days. I mean, probably. Not everyone is going to like you. Facts. Thanks, Echo Base. I'm glad you said it. Because I know you don't like me. The target audience didn't even watch it. I'm not sure. Pretty sure Rob's uncancelable. I've tried to cancel him at least 3 dozen times over the year, but it never sticks. I know, Bucho. I'm still way behind. Sorry. Hey, after that dog shit Halloween Kills we got, I'm skipping Halloween Ends. Is that the second one? See, I haven't seen any of those. I haven't watched a Halloween since Halloween H2O. I think my friends were like, oh, we got to watch this. I'm like, okay, let's go. And then we watched it. And I was like, nah, it was a piece of shit. I don't like it. Yeah. And here's the thing that horror fans hate to hear. And I'm not trying to put any Zaki. That is right? Good to see you. I see you in there. I don't like it when people grade on a curve. And I think that's what unfortunately, I think a lot of people that love horror movies, they grade on a curve. oh, well, this is the best horror movie since whatever. Yeah, but it still sucks. Good horror movie is The Exorcist, you know? Rosemary's Baby is pretty good. Not the best. Poltergeist. Silence of the Lambs. Those are good horror movies. Well, I think Silence of the Lambs is more of like a suspense thriller, right? Not really horror. But when people, I mean, that's just how I look at it. That's just how I look at it. I think a lot of people grade on a curve, and that's not how I grade. I grade on, is this good? Did I enjoy watching this? No? Okay, well, I'm done. Never seen any Hellraisers. There's like 8 of them. I do want to watch them eventually. Yeah. Where is the link where I can download Batman Forever fan edit that you reviewed? That's a great... There you go. Hey, idiot. It's Batman Forever. I didn't say that. That is a good question. Some of them, in fact, what you have to do, and unfortunately, I don't have those links anymore. I mean, that was a long time ago when I reviewed that. My suggestion, it's called the Red Book Edition. Search for Batman Forever Red Book Edition in Google. And then follow the... Oh, you're talking about the one that just released. Hold on a second. I have no idea why my nose is running so much, but I am going to mute this. Yes. All right. But yeah, that's how you kind of have to do it. And it's how I had to do a lot of these. But I don't have those links. They should have swapped names for the Batman movies. He said Hobgoblin, not Hobgobbler. I'm not sure. Was that when I was calling Caleb names? I'm sorry that I'm so far behind. 2-minute spurts, not 2 hours. I'm so behind. I don't know what that means. He told all religious people to go F themselves. I did not. Heading out. I'll be on the audio chat in a bit. Bye-bye, Crazy Greek. That Crazy Greek 82. Have a good one. See you later. I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better, though. I'm like that with weed. See, that's... yeah. I wish I did. I wish I didn't like beer so much. Come to New York and blaze up with Lady Liberty. Wouldn't mind that. I had a co-worker that used to come in drunk to a machine shop, and he scared the heck out of us. Oh, wow. Scary. I don't know why. Why is he scary? I only like ale, but I don't even drink that anymore. H2O wasn't bad. It's you know what it comes down to? It's just, Halloween's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. That style of story is just not my thing. You know, when the creativity comes, it's like they build a whole... Again, I'm not trying to... If you like it, I'm not saying that you can't like it. But for me, this is what I see. I see all of the creativity going into how interesting we could make these kills, but not much else going on in the rest of the story. That's what I'm there for. I'm there for a story. I don't care. Oh, there was a... Okay, he had a penguin fall from a building, and the penguin glided with a built-in, like, rubber suit covered in hamburger meat. And the hamburger meat fell and got in the guy's eyes. And then as the penguin swooped down and glided down, because penguins can't fly, right? Why is it a penguin? I don't know. The movie didn't explain it. The penguin comes down and he slashes the guy's face, and he's blind in one eye, and he stumbles into traffic and gets hit by a school bus. I've never seen that before, okay? But that doesn't mean I need a whole movie built around that fact. I'm basically using what I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just not a fan. I enjoyed the first movie, the new Halloween, but the second movie sucked ass because they stayed away from the main story characters. Third one seems to go back to that. Yeah, and actually Jay was talking about that today, and I'm like, This message was at 10:35 p.m. Okay, I'm only 3 minutes behind. Okay, good. Good. The 15th anniversary enhanced edition. Yes. In fact, I think, okay, Magnus, I think what you have to do, and this was a pain in the butt, but this is what I had to do to get it. I had to message the maker of the fan edit on fanedit.info, whatever that site is. I had to go into the forums, text him or DM him using their forum, join the forum, then DM him, and he sent me a link. That's how I had to get it. So, Eichner told religious people to go F themselves. Look, here's the thing. That's another one of those things. You know? He's probably doing that based off of, I mean, I would assume that his relationship, and this is just what I'm trying to, from back in time. Bucho, you sent that from back in time? Oh my God. But the as I've said before, I'm not a religious person, okay? But my dealings or interactions with Christians are completely different from most, I would assume, most homosexuals and Christians, especially if you're in the South. In the South, that stuff still is, I mean, doesn't fly very well. There are parts of Christianity that do not like that. So yeah, his ideas and his viewpoints, his experiences are based on his experiences. So yeah, I could understand why someone like that might say that. And the thing is, those were about the guy from right. But yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't remember his name. But like I said, I find that guy hilarious. And bros may not be for me, but I know he's funny. So, and the thing is, here's the weird thing. And I know this is probably an unpopular opinion. But if a movie does its job, I should be able to understand and empathize with any character that's on screen. Male, female, not associated with either one. Non-gender, non-binary, trans, gay, lesbian. If the story's done well, it shouldn't matter. Just the same as I'm not Brad Pitt and I'm not Iron Man or the Hulk or any of these characters. I'm not that person. I'm watching a movie to see someone else's viewpoint already. So who cares? I don't know. That's just how I look at it. And that's how I was able to enjoy Brokeback Mountain, even though I'm not gay or whatever. The movie was done so well that I can empathize with somebody that loves somebody and can't be with that person. That makes sense? I hope that makes sense. I'm sure it makes sense. I think I did that okay. Here's the thing. When you're talking earlier about regretting saying things, Magnus said that, right? I just want it to be absolutely positively sure that when you listen to me talk about something like that, that you get it. And I try to close up those those little loopholes where you can go, well, yeah, but you know, because you go, no, he said it, and it made sense, and it was coherent. I'm not Brad Pitt, and I'm not the Hulk. No, I'm not. So far, why didn't I see Avatar re-release on IMAX? I just had a lot of other things to do. I'll tell you this. This last weekend, I didn't even ask you guys about your weekend. How was your weekend? I had a great time, because this last weekend, I think some people knew this, but on Friday, that was my wife and I, our 22nd anniversary. That's a long time. 22 years being with the same woman. And you know what? I'd do it all over again. Amazing woman, April. She's an amazing person. I mean, yeah. So she took off Thursday and Friday, and we did stuff together all weekend. You know, there were times when, you know, she had to go do something with her parents or whatever, but for the most part, we just hung out. And we went hiking. In fact, I'll show you. I don't have any pictures of, but yeah, we went hiking, and then, yeah, watch this. And it's on mute on purpose, by the way, but I went through this rock formation. It's pretty cool. And then it got really bright. And then I was talking with April, by the way. She did not want to be on camera because, yeah, but that was the other side. So yeah, I mean, we got to do some great stuff. We started building the Titanic, which is awesome. Oh, and by the way, this was from earlier tonight. I think it was it Greek? Greek was asking, hey, what's going on? Or maybe it was Carbonite. Somebody was asking, what are you doing? I said, this is what I'm doing. So, yeah. So, and you could tell I'm wearing the same shirt. But that's where I was. That's why we were late getting going. So, I enjoyed Brokeback Mountain as well. Good movie, just sucks you in and you kind of forget yourself. And you care for the characters and story. Absolutely. And thank you, Zaki, for that. Thank you for that. My weekend sucked. Was sick but feeling 90%. Wraith, I'm glad you're feeling better. And of course, as I said, we're all rooting for Greek too. We're rooting for Greek to feel better. I've never been with a woman for more than 2 weeks. Magnus, I was a lot like that for a long time. And what I realized was it was my problem. That I wasn't, and this is one of those weird things that, look, this is just a thing. But I had to work on myself a lot. I found that I had absolutely ridiculous, I wanted everybody to be perfect, like me. That's what I used to think. I used to think that it was the world that was messed up, not me. And then at a certain point, I started to realize that I had some problems. I had to work those out. In fact, there's a lot of, I joke about that I'm such an asshole, you know? I'm not that much of an asshole now, but I used to be. I used to be not a very nice person. And when you talk about regret, like the old podcast, I don't regret any of that. I mean, most of it was done in jest, or we were playing characters in a way. I don't really regret a lot of that stuff. There's still some stuff in there that I'm like, we probably should have said that. But yeah, what I regret is the stuff before that. So the stuff when I was 21, 22, you know, and some of the stuff that I said to people, the way that I treated people. I just wasn't a nice guy. Just wasn't. And then when I don't remember what it was that made me go, holy crap, I'm a dick. But something happened and I quit going out. I quit going out with my friends. I quit going out with whatever. just do my thing at home, write music. That's what I'm doing. And then I met April. So in the midst of all of this, trying to get to myself and to me, April came along. And so we've actually been together since it was right around her birthday, 98. Yeah. So almost 24 years we've been together. But and I still had work to do on myself. But I think that's what it is. It's, I was so scared of being rejected and so scared of, because of that, I tried to make every person or every woman that I dated or girl that I dated, whatever you want to say, perfect. And none of them were. And that irritated me, and I'd screw things up. So it was kind of a weird thing. And I actually broke up with April. I don't know, something like February of 99. And she wouldn't let me. She said, okay, I know what you're doing. You're pushing me away because you think I'm going to push you away. I'm not pushing you away. We care about each other. Let's stay together. And you're not going to weasel out of this. And I was like, oh, okay. And then realized she's right. I was just trying to basically dump her before she dumped me. Which is crazy. Casey Jones, the long hair makes sense now. I'm not Casey Jones either. And I'm behind again. Sensei is a great gay movie, but they didn't tell me to go fuck myself. Marriage isn't for me, but I'm genuinely happy for those who found someone. Yeah, I mean, look, it's here's the thing. I'm never going to say something like there's someone out there for everybody. Not always true. I am extremely lucky that I got to find somebody like April, and that if I had any doubt what kind of a woman she was and how she felt about me, the questions were answered when I went through hell and was in the hospital. She stayed by my side. She changed my IV and all kinds of, there were so many ways that she could kill me and nobody would have batted an eye. Easy. Like, holy crap, it would have been easy. But it's not just because she didn't kill me. I could see it in her face, her worry, her desire to try to make me better. What a woman. And all I can say is that I hope that everybody finds someone like I did. And it doesn't mean that, boy, girl, whatever. It doesn't matter. We all want that, I think. And some of us never find it. And that's fine too. I just hope that whatever fulfills you and you are happy, that's it, really. Just be fulfilled and be happy, whatever that means. I don't have any kids. There's a lot of people that look at me and go, I feel so sorry for you because you don't have kids. You don't get to raise children. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, actually. But no, they look at me like I'm the oh, that's so sad. Like, they pity me. Only 20 more years to get to that big 4-2, right? Why do you look like a serial killer in that photo? I was just, I take pictures like that a lot. It's just like my thumbnail tonight. I don't know. And thank you, Carbonite. Appreciate it. Building the Titanic, is that a sex game? No, it's not for 46, 47-year-old people. It's literally building a Lego Titanic. And it's fun. Billy has some sweet Star Wars toys. He does. Melvor does too. Is Billy okay? Does he have a neck brace on? Yes, he does. And it's not like a neck brace. It's something to adjust. He did a video on it on his, I think on his second channel, on the Billy Chaser channel. I don't know if you guys are subbed to that, but those are where he kind of does like vlog type stuff. And he tells the whole story about its It's basically like a spine readjustment thing, and he has to wear it because it keeps his spine locked into place. I mean, I hope it helps him, because you can tell the dude's in pain, especially, man. And again, I hadn't hung out with them in extended periods of time in a long time. So working on the movie, doing all the location scouting, you could see he was just like, oh my God. I mean, his back was just killing him. So it's because his spine's messed up, and hopefully it'll do it. It'll be okay. I just put up gifs of what Billy and Jay were doing to you. Where? Caleb, are you going to bed? Okay. What is going on here? Okay, Discord. Discord? Those are terrible. Where are those from? That's funny. That's funny. Oh, I guess I could show it. I'm assuming that this is from one of Jay's streams. And then Goofy guys. Forgot it was Tuesday. I made it. Oscar. Yeah, we're here, man. I saw you in here. It's good to see you, but I was late. In fact, in 20 minutes, we'll already be on for 2 hours, and that's ridiculous. Crazy. I think I'm the one. I've been with me my whole life. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Is Jay live right now? Are you kidding? Okay, there's me. Jay's not live right now. I thought he was live right now. Okay, that's bright. There's nothing wrong with that, though. What we don't see is April with a shotgun pointing up at this exact moment. No, she's asleep. In fact, I came home and she was like, I'm about to go to bed. I got to go to work in the morning. So, look, that woman is... I don't need, I mean, seriously, she's crazy. She believes in me, which is like, God, what an idiot. No, it just makes me want to work hard. Even though I'm not really making any money, I'm hoping that what I'm really hoping for is that we get to make more movies, and then we actually get to have a career. Sorry about the voice. We get to have a career making movies. That's fun. Oh, there you go. I lied and just told my last girlfriend that I ran out of money and was broke. She then ghosted me. I've not been with a woman since the last 3 years. Magnus, I mean, that sucks. That sucks. I got mad and okay, now that, Magnus, I mean, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I'm just saying. If that is true, that's probably not the best way to go about things. You know? Here's the thing. I think of it like this. In every aspect of your life, and I am not saying that, I'm not saying that this is absolutely whatever. I look at it as you treat people the way you want to be treated. That's it. That's the secret. That's really the secret. But what if they do something bad? Would you want them to do what you did? Would you want to? You can't control anyone else. You can control how you react to those things. And that's also easier said than done. But that's how I look at life. I just try to treat people well. I treat people the way that I would want to be treated if I were in their position. That's it. I don't know. John Riggs. Ooh. John Riggs is a good dude, man. That's the thing that I still can't wrap my head around, is that they just surround themselves with some of the best people. And they are also included in a bunch of things because they're such good people. Billy and Jay, I'm talking about. Man, seriously, that's why I'm so excited for Retropalooza. I'm so excited to see all of them, but of course, see everybody else too. See, people like freaking Ricky and Wraith and whoever else is going to be there. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I shouldn't say that. I can wait, and I will wait because I have no choice. Saying I can't wait is hyperbole, and it doesn't mean anything. It just means you're excited. So just say you're excited instead of saying I can't wait. Yes, you can. You can absolutely wait. And Oscar's going to be there too. So, yeah, there you go. Started watching Andor based on your recommendation. Forgot Disney does not release all the shows at once. I can't wait for the heist. I just said can't wait. You know what I'm saying, right? Are you so excited that you just can't hide it? You know what that means? When you say I'm so excited that I just can't hide it. That means that you're like that what's her face on Saturday Night Live? You're losing your mind. You're like, oh my God, I'm so freaking excited. No, you're not feeling that. Just, it's okay. It's okay. Just, I'm very excited to see this. I'm very excited for Retropalooza. I am not pissing my pants in anticipation. It's when people say stuff like that too that, I'm literally shitting my pants right now. No, you're not. No, you're not. You'd be arrested or in the hospital. Stop it. Stop saying crap like that. It doesn't mean anything. Oh, I'm so excited. That's all you have to say. Anyway, sorry. Rob, ever think of doing reaction videos? Yes, I have. And here's why I don't do it. I think they would be boring. Not for me, for you. It would be boring for you to watch me go, like, seriously, it would look like this. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, so I just watched the trailer, and that's what it would be like. I'm not one of those people. I'm not going to act out this, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. Ah! Yes, I can believe it. You know why? Because I just saw it. I can't believe that. Yeah, you can. Because it happened. I can't believe the penguin dove off the roof and okay, that's not real. I don't even know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I can't go over the top. And that's the reason why I don't think people want that. When they're watching a reaction video, they want somebody that's just so into it that, oh my God, they're losing their minds. I can't fake that. It's very rare that I get that into a clip or a trailer. It doesn't work for me that way. It just doesn't. So, like I said, like that guy who was crying when he saw a certain someone appear at the end of season 2. Right. And see, now that I can believe. I can honestly believe that someone would have cried when that happened. The difference is I can't. Just the fact that a camera would be on, it makes it so fake. And I'm not saying he's faking it, but it makes it automatically. You're telling me that it's so easy to just keep your ego in check and your emotions in check? I couldn't do it. Especially when there's a camera on. I know that there's an expectation. And when I'm watching a trailer, I know that when I'm watching a trailer, I'm usually like, Interesting. You know what I mean? I just don't think that's entertaining. I don't think I can do that kind of video. So, Friday, Game Chaser screening and party. Saturday, Retropalooza. Mingle and party. Sunday, more Retropalooza and goodbyes. But it won't be goodbye, will it? No. It's so long until next time. That's the best. That's the thing right there. And so I'm really excited for Retropalooza. And I still say I can't wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm just trying to say, I think the world, who was it? I think was it Louis C.K.? He said, you're setting yourself up when you use hyperbole. Oh, it's the best thing ever. Oh, it's the worst thing ever. When you're using the most extreme, whether it's good or bad, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. That's the best Jell-O pudding pop I ever had. That's the best dessert ever. That's the best pizza I've ever... No, dude, come on. Just, there you go. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Enough said. I'll move on. But I'm excited. Last 3 relationships didn't work out because long distance relationships are tough. That is true. That's what I get for only dating supermodels, I guess. If you guys haven't seen Bucho, that is not Bucho's picture, by the way. Sexy. Okay? And I'm saying that as a completely heterosexual male. Bucho's a sexy dude. And the voice helps a little bit. Just going to say. The voice will help. But yeah. Bucho's awesome. Awesome, dude. The Pointer Sisters were talking. Yes, they were. They were talking shit. Absolutely. Did you ever get so disappointed in a movie that you cried or shouted? Never disappointed. I will tell you that I have cried in many movies. Many movies. I am what's called an empath. And a lot of times, that's how I know a movie's working. If I can feel the emotions of the characters. If I can actually put myself in their place. I definitely cry in movies. I'm not embarrassed to say it. Top 3 scenes that made you cry. I think, dude, I gotta say it. Probably Titanic. Because you gotta have a heart of stone to not cry in that movie. Dude, I've cried in so many movies. Braveheart, maybe. I used to cry in, you remember Beastmaster? Anybody? It's an old movie. Early 80s. I used to cry when spoiler alert for Beastmaster if you haven't seen it, but when his dog dies at the beginning. Yeah. Never ending story. I mean, come on. If you're not at least tearing up in when Artex, yeah. You know, give me a second. I'm gonna a little bit of I still have some of that empanada left. We're getting close to being able to try my my chocolate milk. T2, absolutely. Seriously, if you ever think, oh, I'm getting a little teary-eyed. Yeah, I'm over there bawling, usually. I can't help it. I feel it. Lord of the Rings. Dude. I'll tell you what. You want to know some of the weirdest stuff I've ever cried at? The beginning. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Episode 3. Yes. And you know why? Because I thought this is the last time I'll ever be able to see a new Star Wars movie in a theater. Oh yeah. I cried, dude. And I've cried in commercials. Oh yeah. There's a commercial that came out when I was really like up on meds and stuff. By the way, when you're on like a bunch of medication, what happens is, you know, you have your emotions are here. What it does is it makes your emotions like this. So you get really angry really easy and you get really sad really easy. I was crying and yelling all the time because you just lose it. You're going insane, kind of. Anyway, there was an Apple FaceTime commercial. Not kidding you. With a soldier, lost it. I cried for 20 minutes. I was also hopped up on meds, but whoa, you know? Like I said, the beginning, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, crying. Of course, I told you about Guardians of the Galaxy, cried all the way through that. But look, that's the thing. It just, I'm goose. Oh, dude, Top Gun. I cried in Top Gun. Maverick. Cried in that. Your number 3, Bucho, is awesome. I love it. Did a video game ever make you cry? Absolutely. Breath of the Wild. Again, you play all of the shrines and all that stuff. It's so cool, right? But when you see those memories give you so much story in such little time. And what I did is I said, okay, I've gotten all the shrines. I'm not doing any of those stupid, I don't care about the Koroks. I got to go find all these memories before, be right back, got to go fap. All right, Bucho. Weird to let us know about that, but all right. I went and found all the memories and then went to finish the game. I'm seriously crying my eyes out because I've been playing this game a lot, right? To find all of the shrines without help. I mean, every now and then I'm like, okay, I know there's something here. I just can't find it. But for the most part, played that whole game, all of these hours, just screwing around in that game. Then finding all the memories. But as soon as, spoiler, Calamity Ganon, and then the theme song is playing, right? I couldn't even see. I was crying so much because it was like everything had come together to this moment, and it was beautiful. But look, Super Metroid, yeah. You know what I'm talking about, Mother Brain. Whatever that sound is. And he's on top of the head. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That whole sequence was like up and down and up and down. And then you're like, no. And then you get that super powered laser and you're like, Super Metroid is one of holy crap. The storytelling there, all with just visuals. No explanation. You're just seeing it transpire and you're feeling it. That's a good one. Anyway, Rocky 3, yeah. Genuinely ugly man cry at a guy does with that. Heck yeah. Friend putting their life on the line for another friend in a movie like Fox and the Oh my God, Fox and the Hound. I quit watching Fox and the Hound for that reason. Yeah. Did people in the theater see you cry and make comments? See, that's the thing. You get to a point where you care about who you care about and they care about you. I don't give a crap about anybody else. If somebody wants to look at me and go, huh, what an idiot, I go, hey, right back at you, buddy. Buddy, old pal. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. You know? That's the way I look at it. So yeah, I don't care. The YouTube vids of dogs seeing their soldier owners coming home from war. Oh my God, dude. Yes. The first Turtles live action movie is Splinter has his 1-to-1 with Raph about not being a loner. Man, it's been a long time. All of Link's friends and everyone he knew. Hold on a second. Again, don't understand why my nose is running. I cry now when I see the Ocarina of Time intro because of the overwhelming nostalgia, plus what a masterpiece of a game. See, it's weird, man. To me, Ocarina of Time, it just didn't hit me. The only time I cried in a movie was when I was a kid and saw the Predator take his mask off. Come on. And Sravan, I see you there. More Rajamouli movies, please. I've got Magadira. Here's the thing. I don't know if I haven't really said it in a video, but I keep track of all of these. When people say a movie, I want to know which ones are. See, that one I don't have. Chhatrapati, don't have that one. And I think there's probably some misspellings in here, but for the most part, I try to put everyone down because you know what? It might be a movie I want to see. But I keep track of all of these and say, okay, I see it, but it's not. Okay, let me do this. Bam. Hold on. There it is. I've got that. I've got these. All of those were on my list. But I'll tell you, right now, I've got what's winning. Toombad right now, 31 votes. 3 Idiots, 26 votes. Magadira, which is one of the ones you said, 25 votes. And the reason I do that is because I want to give, if I'm going to do those, I've reviewed KGF. Chapter 1 and 2 are both on there. Here's the deal with you guys. You guys have to know, I do this stream because I just love streaming. But look, I mean, almost all of the views on my channel are for the Indian reviews that I've done. It's just the truth. Let me pull it up. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to turn into the Indian movie review channel. But it means that when I have a break in there, I'm going to review some Indian movies because guess what? I like them. But look at this. RRR, 40,000 views. 40,000 views on a 5-minute, 43-second. That's crazy. Bahubali, 9,300 views. And then you got a fan edit with 3,600. And then the best Predator movie, that's Prey, with 2,300. I didn't understand that. But then you've got The Hobbit, then Wheel of Time episode 4, Rings of Power episode 5 for some reason just blew up over the weekend. Arcane, and then Iga, KGF. The Indian movies, they do really well on my channel. Okay? So like I said, I want to do movies for all of that stuff. Right? I love doing my fan edits. I love doing the Indian films. I love doing Rings of Power and, Andor. My whole thing is I just want to make content that I can't make content like, say, the reactions. Can't do it. It's just not something that's in my personality. I can't sit there and go, oh my God, it's the most amazing thing ever. I don't feel those feelings. All I can do is sit here and tell you what I think. From the heart. And it's real. Hopefully you know that when I get excited, like when I did with the RRR video is probably the most excited you'll ever see me on screen. Because holy crap, that movie is insane. If you haven't seen RRR, please stop everything, turn off the stream, go watch it. I'm telling you, it's great. It's so good. You have to let it especially if you're not used to Indian filmmaking, you kind of have to let it wash over you a little bit. And you kind of go, okay, this is really strange. Okay, that guy's flying through the air. I don't understand. but just go with it and let it overtake you, and then just wallow in the passion of filmmaking that is something like RRR. It's amazing. Bahubali is really, really close to that too, but Bahubali for a different reason. But anyway, so yeah, I just love movies. I love good movies. I don't care where it's from. Mm, mm. Yeah, I'll have to reply to that later. Excuse me. Um, Ocarina of Time was meh for me, but to each their own. And it's just because Ocarina of Time, same reason why I didn't like action figures. I didn't like the way Ocarina of Time looked. The story was fine. I got into the story, but then I kept getting taken out by the way that early 3D looked. But that's, hey, Link to the Past is my favorite. Don't blame me at all on that one. That's a beautiful game, beautifully made, beautiful story. I don't get why I get teary-eyed when I see heroic scenes, and it's epic. You know what? I do the same thing. Sometimes I do the same thing. I'll tell you what. You want to know something that I get? I mean, I tear up almost every time when I see footage of, say, somebody like Disney or something, like they're like D23 or whatever, and they announce something and you see people just going nuts and they're just like, yes, or whatever. I can feel that, and it makes me tear up. The audio reaction of people screaming and yelling and getting excited, the Avengers, you know what I'm saying? That stuff, it gets me. A Link to the Past is really good. Okay, wait. The Last of Us 1, the start got me. Dude, Last of Us, like, I'm going to tell you this. Last of Us 1 and 2. Really good storytelling. Now, again, I totally understand, because what games do is you're not just watching someone go through something. You're taking part in it. So you take ownership of that role. You take ownership of that person. That's why the people that got really mad at what happened in Last of Us 2 is because they played Last of Us 1. I get it. And they loved those characters. I understand completely. Those of us who look at Last of Us 2 and go, oh my God, this is genius, are the ones that weren't that attached. I literally watched a complete playthrough of Last of Us 1. Never played it. I have it, and I played it later, but it was like, it wasn't like, I just lied to you, didn't I? I said I never played it. But I wasn't that attached to it. So when Last of Us 2 came out, I saw the stuff, and I was like, interesting. It's an interesting storytelling device. Let's see where this goes. There you go. Whole last 10 minutes of Last of the Mohicans is probably the most nonstop epic cinematic heroism of all time. Yes. And Three Idiots, I want to see Three Idiots. Well, I'm never going to be able to see that in the theater, I don't think. There's actually something playing nearby, and the problem is trying to find the time where it makes sense. Because here's the thing. Okay, wait. Let's get caught up. It's hard for me to get to the theater right now. I'll just say that. Fell asleep during The Irishman, only woke up during the sporadic acts of gunfire. No way I could get through an Indian movie. I understand what you're saying, but I'm telling you, wow. RRR, some of these movies are freaking insane. I didn't like KGF as much as some people, but man, I'm telling you, RRR and Bahubali they were so good. Man, they were good. Ego was good. So, I mean, they were all good. They all have, and some people are going to love KGF a lot more than I would. And it also, and I think part of that is because of that disconnect between an American audience and an Indian audience. It was made for an Indian audience, you know? So it's a little different. It's kind of like if somebody made a movie, this may be the worst simile I've ever made, ever. That might be hyperbole, by the way. You never know. You never know, do you? Order 42? You never know. Anyway, let's say there's a movie about a Dallas Cowboys fan. But let's say you're a New York Giants fan. You may not get the same fervor or the same, you may not get it. You can understand it, but you're not a Cowboys fan, so it doesn't hit you the way that it would a Cowboys fan. It's a terrible. I'm trying to think of a better one. But KGF was made for Indian movies, or Indian audiences. Crazy Night at Work. Ted, I hope you're doing okay. And yeah, RRR, look, so far, it's RRR, Everything Everywhere All at Once. And maybe the Batman? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. And the thing is I haven't seen as many movies as I'd want to. That's what I meant. Movies are meant to be fun, right? Why is everyone looking for physics? It's a theater, not a physics lab. Just pure cinematic adventure, taking audiences into the director's mind. But see, that's the thing. With a lot of movies, they're here's my biggest thing is that you set those rules up at the beginning of the movie. This is what you're in for. This is what kind of movie this is. It's when, like, for example, if RRR, everything was straight-laced and normal and it felt like real life, and then all of a sudden people start flying around and throwing cheetahs at each other, I would probably be like, okay, you kind of lost me. But you started off with that, with RRR. So I'm cool with that. As long as you establish the rules and you stick by the rules, I'm cool with it. That's how I look at it. I was bored with Dancing with Wolves. I admit it's a good movie. It's just not for me. Exactly. Three Amigos is highly underrated. Yes, it is. Dance with Wolves is great. I love that movie. Watch Dungal for a change wrestling movie. I mean, look. I have it. Up to 12 votes now. Here's the thing. If somebody mentions a movie, that's how I look at it. That is someone saying this is a good movie. I'll put it on the list. Now look, I may never get down to some of these because there's so many. You should see this list. It's ridiculous. But yeah. Dance with Wolves, when Wind in His Hair is up on that cliff hollering at Costner, that scene always got me. Hell yeah, dude. Shumani Tutanka Awachi. That's what he says. Shumani Tutanka Awachi. I don't remember. That's Dancing with Wolves, right? I just don't remember. I don't remember. I know, I'll always be your friend, and I don't remember what the actual language. I just remember that was Shumani Tutanka Awachi was Dance with Wolves. Anyway, love that movie. And the book is really good too. The book is really good. The book is like the expanded version of the movie. So, anyway, is Parasite a horror movie? Kind of. That's more of a thriller suspense. It's a good movie. It's not, I totally understand. I totally understand when people say that was the best movie of the year, because it was really good. It's just not it's not my favorite kind of movie. Not a baseball, American football fan at all, but I love Moneyball on any given Sunday. There you go. I like Train to Busan. I know, me too. And I'm not from Korea. I love that movie though. That movie's really good. And I've never had to deal with zombies ever. Just saying. I like Dangal. Amir Khan is charismatic as heck. Bucha, watch your freaking language, dude. But hey, that's you know what? That's another vote as far as I'm concerned. Good job, Bucho. Dance with the Wolves 2 will be out in December. No, wait, that's Avatar 2. It's all about tone, aliens, it's serious, and the lore is to be taken seriously. First three movies do that excellently. Yes. Billy is dances with chodes. Okay. If I lived in the Southwest, I would visit the old Pueblo ruins. Rajamouli is Indian Quentin Tarantino with a heart. I mean, he's awesome. I'm a fan, and I will watch anything he does. Might take me some time to get to all of them, but I love that guy. Now, I do want to show you the other. I never showed you. I never showed you the other thing that I picked up this week. Can you believe that we've been going over 2 hours with almost like we haven't talked a thing about any of these news stories that I have. It's crazy. It's crazy. But so if you look at, say, Jay, when it comes to movies, his soft spot is like horror. He loves horror movies. With Billy, he likes those old, almost cheesy, campy, like he likes creature features, but he likes the old sci-fi movies, you know what I mean? Like the 1940s and 50s. There are like literally guys and, robots and, cardboard boxes over their heads. You know what I'm saying? He likes those kinds of movies. Familiar? I mean, maybe. One of my favorite genres that I'm like, I totally recognize that these aren't great movies, but I love them anyway. I got this. Yeah. Arrow Films Shaw Scope. It comes with, all that. This is seriously a super cool thing. So the first thing that it does is it has a bunch of, whoa, hello. I don't know what that's from. But yeah, so like a booklet on the making of the stuff and whatever. Now, if you don't know what Shaw Scope is, Shaw Scope was the company. Be right back, Bucho. Okay. Shawscope was one of the first companies that gave martial arts movies in America that kind of, the boost or whatever. They made a lot of movies, and some of them are like this, right? I have a soft spot for those movies. I love them. They're so cheesy. Some of them are so bad, but I love them. So this is how it comes. It looks like we've seen these kinds of things before. This is how it comes. I love the way they've done this. So disc 1 is King Boxer, which is really cool. I don't know these actors' names, but I recognize some of them. The Boxer from Shantung. It's just a very cool, classy 2 movies on this one. 5 Shaolin Masters and Shaolin Temple. Seriously, haven't seen any of these, but I'm going to watch them. Mighty Peking Man. Oh, there's the woman. Interesting. Looks like King Kong. Challenge of the Masters. Look, this is just freaking cool, man. Freaking cool. Chinatown Kid. Never seen them. These could be absolute crap, and I don't care because I'm going to love this. I'm going to love going through this. I actually have seen this movie. I think this one's... I have this. It's called Return of the 5 Deadly Venoms. That's I think I have the DVD of it. And I got it because somebody said this movie's insane. All these people have like missing limbs and stuff, and you've got to see this movie. So I think I've seen this one. But yeah, I love movies like this. I don't know why that one's called Dirty Ho. I'm guessing that's his name. Who knows? Maybe not. Who knows? And then here's some soundtrack stuff, or some music. So that's a CD, and then there's another CD of music from these movies. Dude, I am pumped. I have no idea when I'm going to be able to watch these. No clue. But I'm excited. I want to see him. This set is so freaking cool. So yeah. And now I can't get it back together. There we go. Very cool. Very cool. And then unfortunately this doesn't stick to it, so you can't really. I kind of want that. I think that looks cool like that. And then with all the stuff on the back. But yeah. Awesome set. Awesome set. Okay, wait a minute. There's new stuff here. If you're in a more down-to-earth Indian movie, check out Zindagi Nahim. I don't know how to say that. So I'll just search for that first word and see if I have it already. It seems familiar. I do. I have it. Somebody has Zindagi Nahim. There it is. ZNMD. 3 votes. There you go. Bam. Okay, wait. Yep. The Shaw brothers made good movies. You also need to get on East of Eden. What is that? East of Eden. What is East of Eden? What is that? What is this? Why is this messed up now? What happened? What happened to my... What? I'm on the wrong... There we go. That's better. Okay. 5 Element Ninjas, Shaolin Warriors, Venom Clan, Wu-Tang Clan, House of Traps. Yeah, I love this. I mean, I'm really excited about this. Old Bud Spencer movies? See, I don't even know what that is. And Game Chasers. Billy, what's going on? I didn't see you come in there. I love the style of the set, the way the DVD is in the end like a book. It's really good. It's a really cool looking set. Are you literally shitting your pants? No. Isn't East of Eden okay. For some reason I was on the James Dean. Yes. I have seen it. I mean, I have it on my list. I own it. I just haven't seen it. I thought that Be Right Back was another Indian movie for a second. No, I think you're right. I think it is East of Eden. I just didn't I wasn't on the wavelength, you know? The movie was badass. Game Dave is a really good actor, right? I mean, look. I don't think many people expected the kind of performances that we got in that movie. Like, the only ones I really knew to start off with was Billy and Jay, right? Those are the only guys I really knew. I'd met Scott before, which he's the producer. It's not really. And I had met Eric. But I didn't know. I thought Eric had... I was like, oh, okay. So Eric probably has... I mean, I've seen him do things. Do some of these lines. He must be... I didn't know. Boy, we hung out a little bit. But I didn't know who they were. The ones that really surprised me, of course, were Billy and Jay. Dave didn't surprise me at all. Because I thought he was an actor. I thought Jim had been acting for a long, long time. Jim was really good. I mean, the thing is, there are moments where you go, I can't believe these guys. I mean, these guys are really good. In fact, probably there are times when the actual actors were outshone a little bit. But the thing is I'm super proud of everyone who worked on that movie. Of course, I'm proud of the work that I did on it. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And I it's kind of, to me, the way that, how do I say this? I wanted people to watch that movie and just be delighted, and have fun with it and just laugh, be able to really, really gut laugh, and then have that feeling of, holy crap, that was a good story, man. Like, that's what I wanted. I wanted people at the end of it to go, wow, that was really good. I'd watch that again. That's what I want. What's the movie about? Two lifelong friends in the movie. Billy and Jay met in the late 90s. But two lifelong friends who've played video games their entire lives try to reconnect with their past by trying to find their original NES system, which was given to Billy by his grandfather. That's the synopsis, kind of. Kind of. I'm kind of out of the loop. What was your role in the movie? Zaki, no problem. Not everybody's going to know everything the first 5 minutes, and that's fine. I don't mind explaining. Thank you, Wraith. I'll read that in just a second. But my role was, well, first off, Billy and Jay, I've known them since the early 90s, or the late 90s. Known Billy a little longer. I quit my job so I could work on this movie with my friends. Billy, we real quick, I'll try to go through this quickly because I don't want to bore you. But Billy sent me the script. We had dinner. He sent me the script. He said, "Hey, I'd love for you to come out on the weekends or whatever. I'm not expecting you to quit your job or anything to come work on this movie." I said, "Yeah, there's no way I can do that." I read 8 pages, the first 8 pages of the script, which is basically the beginning of the movie, and said, I have to do this. If I don't do this, I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life. I've always wanted to make a movie. I feel like I was born to make movies. Why am I not jumping at this chance? That was a Thursday night when we went to dinner. I think I got the script Friday night. And Saturday morning, I woke up and started making an inventory of everything that I own that I could liquidate so that I could quit my job and still make money enough to where I can work on this movie. I told April. She said, you're an insane person and you need to get out of my face right now because I need to just think about this. This is ridiculous. I can't believe you're even entertaining this thought. Just, okay, go away. Just go away. Okay? So I did, thinking I'm in big trouble and there's no way that this is going to happen. She comes out and she goes, look, I really thought about it and I think that this is something you have to do. You're made for this. You have to do it. I called my mom. She told me the same thing. Called my dad. He told me the same thing. Called Brian. Brian in particular, just because Jerry and I always had a different kind of relationship. Brian was always business minded and movie minded, and I don't know. It's a different relationship. I told Brian and he said, you got to do this. I had a chance to work on a pilot in LA. I didn't do it and I've regretted it ever since. You've got to do this. I did it. So Monday was Labor Day. Tuesday, I know this is longer than I expected. Tuesday, I went in, quit my job. Or 2-week notice. And then 2 weeks later, I'm going location scouting with Billy. So I did location scouting. I did, I didn't know what I was doing. Okay. First off, he was saying, hey, we need a script supervisor. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. And then on the way home, I'm looking it up on my, what the hell is a script supervisor? I had no idea. So I had to learn using YouTube and kind of some things he would send me and say, hey, this is kind of the thing. All right. So I'm helping with locations. I helped with a little bit of casting. On the Blu-ray, you can see me doing some of the reads, with the actors. That was really fun. I really enjoyed that because it was getting to see their process and their way of thinking. And I was like, holy crap, we're making a movie. This is so cool. But then script supervisor was my main job during production. script supervisor is basically the person that is kind of in control of the script, but also in charge of continuity. So like, for example, you have to film things out of order because actors come and go. You try to find like the most important actor and you try to put all their stuff together. So you're doing this over here, you're doing this over here. But you might have something that happens 15 minutes in the movie and then an hour and a half into the movie, and those can be done side by side because you want to get that actor done. So basically, we shot the movie out of order. My job is to keep track of all that in my head so that the continuity works. That means not only like we're shooting this way, right? I've got this in my left hand. Then the camera turns. So usually you've got two people, right? So like one is like this, they're focusing here, and then the camera turns and that it's like this, right? So you're in the room and it's almost like a person sitting there and looking back and forth between the two characters. Well, take to take, this has still got to be in my left hand. That's the first thing. Also, from scene to scene, I leave the room and I've got this in my left hand. Well, guess what? When we shoot the next scene that takes place maybe a week later, I got to make sure, I got to take note of this. He's got it in his left hand. That's something to continuity is it's tough. It's very, very tough. You've got to be eagle-eyed. You've got to be on top of it. You got to know the script. On top of that, you might have a scene, like I said, 15 minutes in the movie, an hour and a half into the movie. What happened, one of the best examples is during filming. I don't remember exactly what it was. I wish I had notice of this, but I remember this happening. We had a really good day where there was some improvisation, which is fun, right? Improv is fun. Some improv, really, really funny joke. The next day, an idea came up. Hey, why don't we do a joke that calls back to that thing that we did yesterday? And I'm like, you can't do that. And they're like, why? I said, because this takes place before that. So the scene that we shot yesterday takes place later in the movie than what we're shooting today. If you call back to something that hasn't happened yet, it won't make sense. So that was one of those examples of continuity. Those are the things that I have to keep track of. One of the other things that you had to do is keep track of all the shots and the timing of each take. So like, for example, we've got this set up with Rob on, I'm here, and let's say the bottle of liquid is the person I'm talking to. Blah, 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 blah. Then we turn it around and we're filming that, right? The camera's focused here. I'm out of focus. I hope that I'm making sense there. I'm every single take, every single shot, I'm keeping track of it, and I'm trying to keep track of the timing so that in theory, the editor will look at all that stuff and say, okay, we can figure out all of these things. This is going to be an hour and 40-minute movie. Okay, this is going to be an hour and 45-minute movie, whatever it is. We didn't really need to do that. I probably shouldn't have even done that because I know Billy, and Billy as an editor, as somebody this is what he does. He's going to look at every single take. He's going to look at every single shot. And it doesn't matter how long the movie is going to end up. The movie is going to be as long as it needs to be. So it was completely pointless for me to do that. Now, if I was a script supervisor working on a different movie, that is invaluable information for somebody who's never seen a lick of footage, isn't attached to it at all, is just doing a job. I'm editing this movie together. Here's my guidebook of what the shots are. So basically, I made a mistake which I didn't know. But that was the thing. I should have just, screw it. Let me just pay attention to the scene, make sure that the everything's lined up and everything works. Anyway. So yeah. Then I'm in the movie a few times. mostly because I was available. And Billy was like, "Hey, we need something else here. Why'd you get in there?" You know, and so we did stuff. But then I also did some sound editing. I helped Billy with some of the reshoots and pickup shots. I play. There's a voice that I do. If you haven't seen the movie, yeah. And then yeah, I did a lot of stuff. I wore many hats, but that was because I was completely. I'm still am. I'm completely sold on this movie, and I think more people need to see it. So there you go. We need a Roy spin-off movie, Ted. I mean, we may not be done with Roy. Just saying. It's funny. Sorry, that was a pretty long explanation. But there you go. The best part of the Game Chasers movie, that's just the beginning. We do know more movies are in the pipeline. Yes, we do. Yeah, Roy was great. Jim is great. Jay said something similar. He sold a good portion of his game collection because he can always get those games again, but making movies a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yes. Yeah, Grindhead Jim does have, in fact, let's do this. Let's call out all our friends here. There's Jim's stream, or Jim's YouTube channel. Here's, of course, Eric. And, oops. Sorry. There's Eric. Nightbot is putting other stuff in there. There's Dave. There's, of course, both of those should come up. The Game Chasers channel is right there. And then Shady Jay's channel. Sorry. There you go. I hope you got paid. Not yet. It's all about the future. And the fact is, I'm very, very lucky that I'm in a position that my wife makes very good money and is supporting me in this venture, and hopefully it will turn into something. We're getting really late. It's almost midnight. It's too late. This is way too late. But there you go. I've seen it twice. Want to wait for the Blu-rays to watch a few more times with oh my God, the commentaries. The commentaries. So, well, I don't know if it's only going to be, look, all I'll say is so far the commentaries are great and I love them and I want to listen to them again. What mistakes did you notice in the final cut? I don't know off the top of my head. Any recommendation for horror movie? And Silvera Hole? I don't think I've seen either one of you in here. Welcome. That sounds awesome. Thank you, Zaki. It was awesome, and it is awesome. We're still working on things. But Magnus first. Let me see. What mistakes? I'd have to think about that. I'm sure there are some in there. But it's also like I've been so involved in it. I know it so well that I almost don't know if I can see those. I don't know. I don't know, Magnus. Magnus, I think sometimes I think you're trolling a little bit. I mean, I could be wrong. But sometimes I think you're trolling a little bit. But that's cool. That's fine. Any recommendation for horror movie? My favorite horror movie probably of all time is probably, I mean, The Exorcist, Alien, Poltergeist, Shaun of the Dead. I'm thinking of the movies that really scare me. And I think I said Salem's Lot. I'm not, there's actually a really good channel it's called The Game Chasers. Last year, about this time, we did our 5 Billy J and I all did our 5 recommendations of our favorite horror movies. It's actually a pretty good video. But yeah, Hello, what is this stream about? I don't know. We're still trying to figure it out. Look, we're hanging out tonight. We're just hanging out and having a good time. Let's see what man. Akash, I hope that helped. Now, Akash, if you came here from some of the Indian movies that I've reviewed, I will say that Toombad is on my list, and I want to see it. Passion first, then money. Wraith, I couldn't agree more. And the thing is, I've made money. I made pretty good money back in the day. And almost died from all the surgeries and stuff. I kind of feel like I have to try this. But I've also, man, the thing is when I stop and think about all the stuff that I've done, all the stupid crap I've been involved with, I made a movie. I did a podcast before podcasts was a thing, really. It was crazy and pretty popular for the time. I was on an independent music record label. I had sex with a woman. No, I'm kidding. Look, I've done a lot of fun, really cool stuff. I created my own website way back. I learned HTML over a weekend and started doing web design, and got paid like pretty good money to do it. I did all kinds of crazy stuff. And I've always been, what's the next challenge? My music was a challenge. Trying to convey, thoughts and concepts through music. No lyrics, just music. That's cool. I've tried all kinds of stuff. And yeah. There you go. Is Order 42 a Star Wars reference or a Hitchhiker's Guide reference? Yes. Yes, it is. It's both. I don't even know where that would be. I wonder maybe if it's yeah. This was on the about. I think this is on the about page on YouTube too. Order 42 was originally conceived by Chancellor Palpatine in the registry of training directives for the clone army utilized by the Galactic Republic. This directed endeavors of all member planets of the Republic to promote understanding and perspective. This order proved so useful, especially in wartime, that Grand Admiral Thrawn, then a lieutenant at the Royal Imperial Academy, adopted Order 42 as a cornerstone of his military strategies. Yeah, I just made that up. Order 42 is simply about friends discussing movies, TV shows, video games, basically life, the universe, and everything. So it is a mixture of those two things. It is literally a mixture of I wanted something that sounded interesting. Order 66, I always thought sounded like ominous and cool. But then you add in the fact that I love the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and the life, the universe, and everything is. The answer is 42, and that I love the idea of this show being an amalgamation of all the things that I love to talk about. So movies, and books, and comics, and toys, and whatever else, man. Just whatever's cool. So there you go. I hope that answers your question. Yo, I'm on my smartphone. Good for you, Greek. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing all right. Silver Rahul being a common Indian name, I believe. Hey, there you go. Look, Americans, we don't know. Toombad is not pure horror. It is more of a psychological folktale morality fable. Sounds good. Just to set the right expectations going into it. And what podcast was that? It was called the Switched On podcast. Back in 2005 is when we started. Some say 1965, but that's impossible. It was 2005 when we started. We did it for about 2 years every week. We had weekly show. We had bi-weekly shows for a while. Then we did weekly shows. Then we got busy, and the three of us kind of went not really our separate ways. We're still friends, and well, they're brothers. Brian and Jerry and me. And yeah, we haven't done it in a long time. So, but it was pretty popular back in the day. We had 10,000 worldwide listeners per show, which is kind of insane to think about. So yeah, we were doing a podcast before Joe Rogan, Kevin Smith, pretty much everybody that you can think of. We were doing it before that, and we stopped. We gave up. We were actually approached by Sirius and XM to do a show for them. We were regularly doing, guess what? Like 3-hour shows. Sound familiar? Yeah, we were regularly doing 3-hour shows, comedy shows. They were fun. It was a great time. They wanted us to be in this little, well, we need a 20-minute show and we want to do it daily. Can you just cut up your show and put it? No, that's not how our show works. Sometimes we build on jokes, and you're basically telling us, no, just do it for 20 minutes and then stop, and then do it for 20 minutes and then stop. It's not how the show works. We can't do that. We don't have the time to do that. Not thinking about, we probably should have just cut up our show, but we probably could have made some money. We just didn't do it. We didn't want to compromise what we thought was the beauty of our show. Unfortunately, yeah, that meant we never really got paid doing it or anything like that. So anyway, there you go. I can easily keep the ton of money I use to go to Texas soon, but no amount of money can buy the good memories and experiences I'll have meeting new friends and having fun. Wraith, I'm telling you, I'm so pleased that you're coming to the show. I hope we live up to it. I hope you leave there and you go, that was worth twice what I paid. I mean, that's what I hope. I hope everybody has a great time. That's really what I hope. Love those Republic Commando novels that where they introduced all the orders, then George Lucas changed it all. I mean, yeah, and that was my whole thing about those old books. It was like, he doesn't. If George Lucas doesn't care, then I shouldn't care. So that's how I looked at it. I probably missed out on some good stories. Money comes and goes. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun and worth it. Man, seriously, you guys, I'm excited. I hope everybody comes around and says, dude, this is so good. Discovered podcasts about 2008 or so. Yeah, we'd already stopped doing ours, which is crazy to think of. We were like, yeah, we've done this for 3 years. That's it. Man. Just to think of, wow. We could have been as big as Joe Rogan or bigger. We were huge, man. It's crazy. Wish Blockbuster and Toys R Us were still around. You and me both. I miss Blockbuster. Isn't watching movies online more convenient? Yes, but there's something to Epic Kingdom. I just found this channel. Welcome, Epic Kingdom. I have no idea how you found me, but we're just hanging out, man. We're just hanging out for a little bit more. My throat is starting to get tired. I've been going for almost 3 hours. 2 hours and 42 minutes and 25 seconds as of right now. And wow. But thank you. Thank you for being here. You're probably like, dude, you're boring. What are you doing? If I don't have a good time, I'll just blame Melvor. Good. Melvor deserves all the flack that he gets. I miss the atmosphere and having to pick one movie because mom said only one. I have 3 brothers. We rarely agreed. There's just something about the tactile picking it up, looking at the back, and going, what do you think? Oh, that looks good. There's something about, especially like Netflix. It's so overwhelming. It's so crazy, It's just the way it is. But yeah, I get it. I miss Blockbuster though. I miss going into a store and buying a thing or renting a thing. The conversations that I used to have, because I mean I worked at Blockbuster for many years. It was great. I miss it. The first sci-fi I ever saw was probably the first Star Trek, and V. Ooh, V was good. V was really good. The original V. Then the second one was like, okay. I mean, yeah, okay. And then the TV show started, and the TV show was not good. But that first one, wow. It's like any other nostalgia. You're not missing Blockbuster yourself. You're missing that time of your life. No. Silver, Rahul. I mean, some people, yes, that is true. But I actually miss going to Blockbuster, being at a Blockbuster, being able to look at things, being able to rent things, being able to purchase things for cheaper in a place where I know all the people. I go in and I say, hey, what's going on? Got any new movies that you're like, oh, dude, you got to watch this movie? There's something about you can get that on an Amazon chat room or, a subreddit. R. Harsha Vardhan just subscribed. Thank you. If you're here, are you here? I don't know if you're here, but if you are, thank you. I appreciate that. If not, thanks. Appreciate it. But yeah, I miss that. Blockbuster had a really cool atmosphere, man. Especially like on a Friday night. Everybody's there. They're waiting for the next copy of this movie to come in. It's great, man. There's something more to it than just nostalgia. That's my opinion. RK Nigam, I hope I'm saying that right. What's your plan for the next few weeks? What kind of content you are looking for? Well, got some horror movies on the list. I've got a few picked out, but I'm totally open to suggestions. Of course, I will vet those suggestions and try to figure out what's going to be the best movie for me to watch. Of course, I've got the rest of the season of Rings of Power. I've got Andor. So that's really 3 videos a week that I'm doing until Rings of Power ends, in which case I'm probably going to take a break because I got Retropalooza coming up the week of October 22nd, 23rd, wherever that is. And then Leon, my good friend Leon, who was the special effects man on the Adventures in Game Chasing movie, but he's also worked on big movies like Captain America, The First Avenger. Worked on Tim Burton movies. He worked on Game of Thrones for multiple, like 3 seasons. He's an awesome guy. But he worked on the Adventures of Game Chasing movie. He's going to be here for 2 weeks, so I'm probably going to be spending a lot of time with him, which means probably less videos. I'm still going to try to crank things out, but that's the plan. That's probably too much information for you. And Epic Kingdom, you came here from the Hobbit fan edit. Well, welcome. As you can see, from that video that you watched, whichever video it is, there's more Tolkien here than there was. There is so much Tolkien here. In fact, I've got a stack over here of Tolkien stuff. I'm happy that you're here. I hope I'm not boring. You may already be gone, let's be honest. But I hope you're having a good time. We're just hanging out, man. We're just talking. Didn't Blockbuster have their own branded popcorn? They did. Now, I don't know. I mean, I worked there, but I don't know if it was actually something made by them or if they was just... Most likely, they paid a company to produce this popcorn and they slapped their name on it. Blockbuster was huge. They were multi-million-dollar company, probably multi-billion. And then they lost it all. Yeah. People can't understand how it was an experience just going to Blockbuster and picking a movie or a game with a friend's family. It really was. It was something... It was more than just... It's like saying, well, the only reason to go to the Grand Canyon is to see the Grand Canyon. No, there's also the journey getting there. Sometimes it's not just about the thing. It's about the experience of acquiring or going to this thing. Does that make any sense? Yeah. buying childhood back. I mean, that's the thing. See, there's certain parts of nostalgia that I can't. I've never been able to. What do you call it? Not that I can't get on board with it. It's just not something that I would do. Like, for example, the game collecting. I'm not one of those people. You know, Billy and Jay, what they've built is amazing. But I don't go out and buy old games. I've played those games. I beat most of those games. And the ones that I couldn't beat, I probably wouldn't be able to beat now. I'm done with that. Now I'm moving on to the new thing, which is what I typically do. But that doesn't mean that anybody's wrong for doing that. I collect old movies. I like that. I don't really collect. I just buy the movies I like. I am collecting Tolkien. Everybody does things. Let's just do the things. And have fun doing it. Your channel is a new discovery for me on YouTube. You are doing good. Keep it up. Thank you. I mean, look, I'm just going to say this. I have not expected the kind of appreciation for what I do. It freaks me out a little bit that there are people that don't know me that are watching me and they enjoy what I do. You just don't understand what that means to somebody like me. I know what it takes to be here. I know that there are literally millions of choices. I don't know about millions. Maybe I shouldn't say literally millions. There's a lot of choices. There's a lot of things that you could watch. I'm honored that anyone watches me, you know? So I appreciate that a lot. You don't know what that means to somebody like me who knows what it takes to get any kind of community. It really means a lot. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm trying my best. I try to just do what I would want to. It's kind of like treat people like they need to be treated, or that you would want to be treated. I want to make videos that I would watch and go, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad. I like that. That's what I try to do. There was something fun about video store atmosphere. Now, and I get that when some people say, well, I don't miss Blockbuster at all. They were a cancer when it came to the video store industry. They took over everything. They swallowed it all. I get that. I understand that. I just worked there. So I didn't see that side of it. I almost always have, there's two video stores that I have in my head. I never ever shopped at a Hollywood Video because we didn't have one around me. When, growing up, we had a place called Video Library. We had gas stations and Kroger and stuff like that carried some video rentals. But then when Blockbuster opened up, that was it. And that's what I knew. And then I worked there for 7 years. So yeah, my relationship with Blockbuster is different than most people's. But there you go. Need a Be Kind rewind sign. I kind of wish I had one. I'm sure they're available on YouTube and stuff. I mean, YouTube. eBay and stuff. I'm at work and not going to do shit till the show is done. Sounds good to me. Akash, I'm not ignoring you, am I? You hadn't said anything. You said any horror movie recommended, and I gave you a list of them. I gave you a whole list. Any plans for Indian content? Yes. Yes. I'll tell you this. You should see this list. I can't count them. There's so many. There's so many movies that people have recommended. Of course, since it's a very spooky time of the year, October, I will be watching Tumbad. I will also be watching some other horror movies from America. Horror movies that I haven't seen. Typically, I don't like going, hey, I'm going to watch. Okay, that's not a good example. I'm going to watch and I wrote this. I See You. Zaki, it's 6 a.m. here. Had a great time. Thanks, Robin Chat. Have a good night. Zaki, I apologize for, what am I apologizing for? You're here. You were here. Thank you, man. I appreciate all this stuff. It's great. Thank you for being here. and you know you're always welcome. And Akash, don't worry. I see you, man. It's just like Inception. I've seen Inception many times. I'm not going to review Inception. I don't have a reason to review Inception. I like reviewing things I haven't seen and go, hey, this is what I thought of it. So yeah, definitely some plans. They started in Dallas, didn't they? Blockbuster, I mean. Yes, they did. In fact, I worked at, the store code was 48034. The first one that opened in Dallas was 48001. I worked in the 34th Blockbuster in the nation. Well, in the world, really. There were Blockbusters everywhere. And we had a lot of the original, when I started in 1997, June 1997. Is that when I started? Anyway, it was 97. Yeah, we had some of the original computers from the 80s in the back. It was really weird. And then they taught us how to like switch them out, and then they would send some back, and then we started anyway. It was cool. It was a cool job. I miss it. I honestly miss it. I quit in, I think, 2004, and I miss it. I do. Do I like B-rated films? Joe Owens. Joe? Not really. Okay? So, Jay and Billy have a video on working for Blockbuster. You're in it too. Yes, I am. With a shaved head. Yes. You got surprises for Retropalooza. Uh-oh. Like surprises? Hey, I'm excited. I am very excited. Go back to that. What did B-rated films? Not really. And the reason is I guess I'm a stickler for quality. Again, my first memory that I seriously, honest to God, my first memory, the first memory that I can conjure is when the probe droids are coming out of the Star Destroyer at the beginning of Empire Strikes Back. Oh my God. And you know, losing your mind with Empire Strikes Back. With that, it's been hard for me to like a lot of the campy or stuff where the quality's just not there. It's just hard for me. I really like quality stuff. Yeah. So yeah, most B movies I can't do it. Like a lot of the Rob Zombie stuff. I'm sorry. It's just not for me. A lot of the stuff that Billy's into, some of this really campy sci-fi stuff, I get it. I totally get it. I understand why you like that. Not for me. The only thing that I would say B movie or like less than top quality, really, really well done, super thought out stories, great characters, all that stuff that I really like is stuff like what's in here. Okay? For some reason, those martial arts movies, I love them. I love them. They're some of them are so stupid. They're so bad. I love them. I don't understand it. So, there you go. Anyway. Parents had too many kids. We didn't get many games growing up. Playing a lot of NES for the first time. Wow. I always tell my mom she should have aborted my oldest sister. Weed out the week. Wow. Wow, Oscar. But yeah. Watched your Sinister review. I thought about the same. Would like your opinion, I'm guessing you're saying, of the black phone. That may be on the agenda, Carbonite. Yeah. And bye. See you later, Greek. I hope you're probably already gone. Have a good one, man. And hope you're doing well. RRR got snubbed for Oscars by the Indian Film Federation. They shot themselves in the foot and chose an artsy movie for India's submission. Lots of politics in this election panel. Thoughts? I will say that now, while I haven't seen these other movies, I think RRR is without a doubt probably one of the most, if not the most, important Indian movies ever. And that is having only seen a few of them. Because this one, it's become a phenomenon. And to not put that in there seems weird. It just seems weird to me. I love RRR a lot. And it may be, in fact, I've said it. It is probably my favorite movie of the year. So yeah. Jay and Billy have a video on working for blah blah. Oh yeah. I have to talk to Jay first to see if you can bring some food for the movie screening. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. And there's 2 movies being shown, and I don't know anything about the other one, so I'm interested. I like watching Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst, where they review bad movies more than watching the bad movies. Trying to think about what you said there. I'm pretty sure you're just saying that you like Red Letter Media, and I totally get it. Yeah. The thing is I like them. What I don't like is when people trumpet what they're basically saying as jokes and to have fun and to be entertaining as the gospel for why a movie is good or bad. That's the only thing that I don't like about them. They seem to be very, very intelligent guys. The guy with the laugh, you know what I'm talking about? I'm sorry, but that laugh annoys the crap out of me, and it's hard for me to watch it when he's on it. But honestly, and a lot of people, they just love him, and that's fine. That's great. Not for me. I really enjoy some of their talks are like super like smart and intelligent. I love the way that they put some stuff, but then sometimes it's kind of like the prequel stuff, the Plinkett stuff. I thought those were great videos until everybody started trumpeting them back at me like they were the exact reason why these movies are bad or whatever, and I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. Movie's good. Prequels, on a whole, are worthy and are better than most of the other crap that comes out in theaters. And when people were saying, these are the worst movies ever, you need to see more movies. In fact, if you've ever said that, I forgive you. But it's not the worst movie you've ever seen. Or it's not the worst movie ever, I should say. It may be the worst movie you've seen, but it's not the worst movie ever. There's only one movie that is literally the worst movie ever. I probably haven't watched it, but I've seen a lot of bad movies that are a lot worse than Star Wars. So that's the only thing that gets me is when people start trumpeting their... It's basically when anyone trumpets someone else's opinion as their own. Because what you've done is you've forgotten what you felt watching the movie. Now you're taking their opinion as fact, when in reality it's just their opinion. You've forgotten your own opinion. And sometimes you need to reconnect with your own opinion. That might mean watching the movie again. I mean, how many times has that happened to you? Where you go, yeah, this is what I think of this movie. And then you watch it again and you go, wow, I'm like completely wrong. That was a lot better or a lot worse than what I remember. Happens. It happens. Anyway, sorry. That was probably a lot longer again. You know how I get, man. I just rant. People rave about House of a Thousand Corpses, but it's just subpart of me. I know. I can't. I don't like any of the Rob Zombie stuff. I'm sorry. I mean, but there's plenty of people that love them. It's just not for me. The Devil's Rejects, terrible, in my opinion. Terrible movie. Couldn't stand it. But you know what? If you like it, I know Jay loves it. Hey, man, good for them. Have a great night, Rob. I lost track of time. I need to open in the morning. Ricky. Jeez, man. Have a good one, dude. I'm about to get off of here, too, because we got Andor in like an hour and a half, and I need to relax a little bit because I've been going since 1 o'clock p.m. It's been a long day. But I could not hang out with you guys. Come on. Kung Pao, I never saw that one. Never saw it. And Akash, yes, my name is Rob. Thank you. Thank you, Wraith. Who is Dick the birthday boy? That just sounds funny to me. I don't know why. It just sounded funny to say it. Never saw any of the Rob Zombie movies. Huge Rob Zombie fan, just not interested in his movies. There you go. And the thing is, I honestly think he's taken a lot of his ideas from the way that he shot music videos and tried to translate those into film. And look, they just don't work. They just don't work as films to me. And maybe the latest movie that he's done is an indication of that. But look, I'm just going to tell you this because it's really the only thing that some of this stuff is like, it's just not as important. I will say, if you're interested, starting in probably an hour and a half to 2 hours, every Bond movie will be available on Prime. It's kind of cool. So if you want to watch a Bond movie, you can just go to Prime. Pretty sweet. But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. I wanted to let you guys know that. I had some other things. I had a thing about, we didn't do, have you seen this? Because I didn't even have time to pull those together today. Let's see. I was going to talk about the bill. Did you hear about this? Bruce Willis sells his rights to do basically deep fakes. That news came out, and then like a day later, his agent came out and said, yeah, that's not true. So there's no reason to talk about that really, because it doesn't seem to be true. We got, if you guys are a fan of Robert Eggers, who did The Witch, he did The Northman. He's doing a new version of Nosferatu with Bill Skarsgård and Lily Rose Depp. Interesting, but why? I don't know, but he's doing it. And then finally, there was an article. I thought it was really interesting, especially with the Wakanda Forever trailer that just got released. There was this article about Ryan Coogler saying that he didn't know if he actually wanted to do Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2. And in fact, he was kind of worried that he wouldn't. He was like, I don't think I have the passion to do any more movies. And he found the passion. He's back. He directed Wakanda Forever. Makes it sound like, man, this is going to be a really emotional movie. And I'm really excited for it. So yeah, that's really about it. When I get off work at 7 a.m., I'm going to drink a lot of Bud Light and whiskey and check out Andor. Oh man, I'm excited. We only got an hour and a half to go. I got attacked so bad on Facebook for saying Andor was slow. Well, that's the thing. Or it's not really the thing. Everybody's going to have their opinions. And some people, man, they just don't like hearing anything. I was actually really worried about some of my reviews. Like, man, I hope people don't get mad at me. Nobody's mad at me. I don't know what... I honestly, look, I don't know if it's just because I come off as a nice guy or what it is, but I don't get a lot of just hate. You know? I have had one guy, I think you guys saw it, and I think I talked about it, where he called me a shill. I'm like, dude, you're in the wrong place, man. If you're looking for me to get upset and whatever, that's just not going to happen because I know the truth. You don't. You obviously think that you're right. Well, you're wrong. I'm not a shill. I've never been paid by anyone for any review I've ever done. Unfortunately. I kind of wish I did. Some of them. But yeah, screw it, man. Don't worry about it. But sorry, Ted. That sucks. That's a Red Letter Media reference that went viral a while back. Oh. Oh, okay. I thought Andor was slow but good, kind of like Blade Runner. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think it's slow, but like Oscar says right there is beauty in the buildup. It's you got to have that payoff, and I think I love the way those first two episodes were just kind of like setting the stage, and then third episode, bam, here's why. And now the fourth episode is setting the stage. I have a feeling that it's going to be like that. 4 and 5 are going to be your setup, or the first two episodes in each 3 episode set are going to be your build up, and then bam, you're going to get the thing. And then it's going to jump forward to another section. I don't know how they're going to do it really, but that's what Tony Gilroy said anyway, is that every 3 episodes is kind of like the start of a new arc, which is cool. And I'm excited. Anyway, guys, look, 3 hours and 15 minutes, 3 hours and 10 minutes, actually. But thank you guys so much for being here. You don't understand what it means to me to have you guys here and just talking and chatting and having a good time. And we're creating a community, man. We're creating a community of people that just like to hang out with each other and hopefully be good to each other and all that stuff. That's what I want. That's what I try to do. I try to put out good in the world. You know what I mean? So anyway, guys, thank you again for being here. Thanks for the support. And by you watching, that's support enough. I mean, there's people that donate. They do all kinds of, I appreciate that. But look, I'm just glad you're here. That's all I'm going to say. So thank you guys. 16-bit Pete, woohoo. You're a little late, Pete. I'm about to get off. But thank you guys for being here. Tomorrow, again, Andor episode. Well, actually in an hour and a half. We got Rings of Power, which I know some people don't care, but Rings of Power is coming on Friday. Then we'll be back with another horror movie on Monday. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you later and stuff and things. So bye. Bye, guys.